Hey guys, McKenna Guerrero here reporting live from Billy and Louise Yarborough Stadium. Last time we saw you, the Rock Hounds came off a phenomenal 24-8 win against the Solano Mudcats. So we're just going to have to see if the Rock Hounds can keep their momentum going for their doubleheader today. Should be a great game. Now let's go ahead and meet the Rally Factory Rock Hound starting lineup.
Chase Grant, University of Nevada-Reno, center field.
Jack Pridy, Solano College, third base.
Tyler Silver, University of Louisiana, Lafayette, right field.
Jed Fagg, Yavapai College, designated hitter.
Kirby Broadbent, American River College, first base.
Evan Faccenda, Solano College, left field.
Kellen Salampa, University of Pennsylvania, pitcher.
Welcome everybody, Billy and Louise Yarborough Stadium. Today we are calling a doubleheader between the Rally Factory Rock Hounds and the Reno Astros. Leading off, and the first pitch is low and inside. Leading off for the Reno Astros is the center fielder, Kerr.
Yeah, we got a lot of action here on SCSN, so no intro. Go straight into it.
Swing and a miss. There's a strike. Pitcher today for the Rock Hounds is Kellen Salampa.
Lefty out of Solano College, going to University of Pennsylvania in the fall.
Pitch swung on and fouled off. He pitched very well in his last outing, which was the last outing that I broadcasted, and really been looking good this summer.
Yeah, definitely has a lot of control, not walking as many batters as he did during the collegiate season, and has been featuring a good breaking ball.
And that breaking ball taken way outside, 2-2 on Kerr.
That's definitely going to be a key for Salampa to keep that ball low in the strike zone. Don't hang a breaking ball for these Astro hitters.
2-2 pitch swung on it, bounced a second diving attempt, but it is not stopped.
Yeah,
and that is a base hit.
Rathburn with a diving attempt. Let's set the defense. Behind the dish is Dawsen Bacho. From first to third, we have Broadbent at first, second baseman Rathburn, Webster at short, Pridy at third. Outfield goes Faccenda in left, Grant in center, and Tyler Stover in right field.
That'll bring up the first of the two Underwoods from the Astros. Pitch in there for a strike. We do not know if they're related, although I kind of assume they might be.
Asked the manager beforehand. Underwood and Underwood are brothers, as well as the center fielder and the starting pitcher, Richard and Raymond Kerr. So this is Eric.
0-1 pitch. No, it's a throw over to first. Not going anywhere is Kerr.
Always difficult to read a lefty's pickoff move. They have the luxury of just stepping to the first base side during their windup.
And now the 0-1 pitch. Bounces in the dirt. Good block. Runner heading to second. Throw is in time. He is out at second base.
Yeah, mistake there, not knowing the personnel. Bacho, probably the best defensive catcher that the Rock Hounds feature, and that ball didn't trickle too far away from the catcher. He took a couple steps to his left and gunned down Kerr, trying to take second base.
Bacho did a great job of blocking the ball. The ball really didn't get too far from him, so not sure what Kerr was trying to do there, as there's a pitch swung on and missed. Elevated fastball. Underwood couldn't lay off of it.
So fortunate break. What a way to get the first out of the ball game. Now no men on. Salampa in command of the count.
2-strike pitch swung on and flied high in the air. Shallow left. Coming in and making the catch is the left fielder, Evan Faccenda. 2 up, 2 down.
Number 9, Scott Underwood.
That'll bring up Scott Underwood.
It's interesting that both Underwood brothers bat from different sides of the plate.
Good catch. Lefty and a righty.
The other thing is Scott has the high socks, so that'll be a way to differentiate the two.
Eric plays left field as a lefty, and Scott plays right field as a righty.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect right there. Good shot.
Salampa with the delivery, and it is low and outside. 2 balls, no strikes on Underwood.
So falling behind in the count to the right fielder, he should expect not the breaking ball, probably a fastball.
2-0 pitch, swung on and missed. Good pitch from Salampa on the outside corner.
And that is a pitcher's pitch. To get the hitter to swing at a pitch that he knows is coming, he can kind of gauge the speed of it, but he still put it past him.
2-1 pitch. Swung on and shot high in the air, left center field. This is deep. This is way back, and it's gone.
Yeah, Scott.
Home run for Scott Underwood.
Yeah, that fastball, he did not get by him. He followed up a fastball with another fastball, and it was elevated, and Underwood was able to put backspin on the ball, hit it over that 370 side in left center field for the first run of the ball game.
That was not a gimme right there. Big time drive. I mean, it wasn't down the left or right field lines where it's considerably shorter at just 330.
And this series is the second doubleheader series. They played 2 games in Reno, and in that second game, each side had 3 home runs, so a lot of pop on both sides of the ball.
Wonder how big the ballpark is down in Reno as well.
Yeah.
First pitch outside to Landreth.
Landreth, the big third baseman, looks like your prototypical cleanup hitter.
Swing and a miss.
It's important for Salampa to settle down after giving up that solo home run.
1-1 pitch. Low. 2-1. And Salampa the 2-1 pitch. Outside corner for a strike. Perfect location from Salampa. It's 2-2.
That makes all the difference. A 3-1 count versus a 2-2. Now you have an opportunity to get Landreth to try and chase your breaking ball low in the dirt. So it'll be important for Salampa to put Landreth away.
2-2 pitch. Great breaking ball. Barely making contact. It's a slow roller to second. And it is botched over at second base by Rathburn.
Yeah, so a couple opportunities for Rathburn to make a play. Couldn't dive to make that first single of the game for Kerr. We'll see what will score that Landreth hit. It was a difficult barehanded play to make. I'm not sure he necessarily had to make that barehanded attempt.
Yeah, that's the thing. He had enough time to probably get it with his glove and make a little flip over to first. So that'll bring up Matt Canopsis, designated hitter for the Astros.
And here, you see something a little different. He looks a little older than your prototypical Summer League player than on the other side of the ball with the Rock Hounds.
Pitch high and outside. Welcome back. Bottom of the first. We apologize for the technical difficulties we had there in the top of the first inning, but we've got it all figured out now. Rock Hounds coming up. No run scored for Reno.
Let's give a little synopsis about the Canopsis at bat. He struck out to end that inning, so now we have a lefty-lefty matchup.
First pitch way inside, nearly hits Chase Grant. Chase Grant, the leadoff hitter for the Rock Hounds today, playing center field as he had almost every game this summer season. And Kerr on the mound, as you mentioned, related to the center fielder for the Reno Astros. They are brothers. Pitch swung on a bounce to the mound. It's going to get past him and over to short. Tough play, and they're not going to be able to make this one. That's an infield single for Chase Grant.
Yeah, with the speed of Grant, he would have easily made that. And being in the left-handed batter's box, his natural momentum carries him to the first base line. And once Kerr wasn't able to field that at the pitcher position, no chance for the shortstop to gun down the speedy Grant at first.
Yeah, Ford had a really tough play to make ahead of him. He tried to barehand it, but that was only because it was out of necessity. He had no chance to get the speedy Chase Grant. That'll bring up Garland Webster, shortstop for the Rock Hounds. Rock Hounds have relatively had the same lineup up and down, at least 6 or 7 guys that pretty much play every day here. Chase Grant, a base-stealing threat. First pitch way outside.
Yeah, if Webster doesn't get the start at short, maybe Matt Campos does. He had a stellar game last time we broadcast a game on Tuesday, the 24-8 victory the Rock Hounds had over the Solano Mudcats.
Thrower to first, really nice pickoff move right there.
Yeah, no stride to first base, just a simple fling of the arm.
Just sidearmed it.
Almost had Grant
It's
leaning
a really
at first.
tough way to be accurate, but if you can be accurate like that, then it's a really quick move. 1-0 to Webster, 2-0.
And the thing about that quick snap throw, he has a very deliberate stretch delivery as a left-handed pitcher, so a little slower to the mound, so he needs that good pickoff move in order to keep runners on base.
2-0 pitch, in there for a strike. Nice breaking ball. And the 2-1 pitch swung on and fouled off of himself. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, after getting ahead 2-0, now Webster has taken a strike and fouled one off. Now he's behind the count to Kerr. We'll see what the lefty has to try and potentially get a double play here to get both outs here in the bottom of the first.
Grant with a healthy lead over at first, but he hasn't done anything yet. 2-2 pitch, there he goes. And they tried to pick him off, but he's just too fast. He's going to get down to second anyway.
And again, that deliberate delivery that Kerr features really backfired on him. If he had just stepped off the mound instead of throw over, they could have gotten Grant more in a precarious situation, but by throwing over to first with that slow delivery, it allowed enough time for Grant to steal that base clean.
And a pitch outside now, full count on Webster.
Good at bat here for the shortstop. Potentially get 2 runners on to start off this ball game for the Rock Hound offense.
And the 3-2 pitch. Outside ball 4. Webster draws a walk.
Easy take there on 3-2. That breaking ball started high and away and did not have any chance of breaking into the strike zone.
Third baseman, number 11, Jack Pridy.
So big opportunity here for Jack Pridy with 2 on, nobody out, and the big batting Tyler Stover on deck. Rock Hounds in business here in the bottom of the first. First pitch swung on and missed. Pridy goes for the elevated fastball and can't keep up with it.
Pridy out of Solano College, had a stellar freshman campaign at the hot corner at third base.
0-1, outside 1-1.
Definitely look for him in the future to be a cornerstone of the Solano Falcon offense. He's definitely progressed here in Summer League. We saw a lot more power numbers from him this summer than we did last year during his freshman year.
1-1, way inside, and is not blocked. Both runners will advance. Passed ball, and there's runners on second and third, nobody out.
Yeah, that time the catcher Hollinger not able to duplicate the success that Bacho did when he blocked the ball and it kind of trickled away from him. He had the arm to throw out the leadoff runner Kerr in the top of the inning.
Swinging a fly ball right field, heading towards foul territory.
And that's
and
gone.
It's going to go. Home run to the right side. A 3-run shot for Jack Pridy. How about that?
Oppo Taco. I love those. A little power to the right field from the right-handed batter. 3 runs in on 1 swing of the bat. How do you like that, Jack Pridy?
And that, I mean, that's really started looking like it was going to dart towards the foul line. Ends up staying in by probably about, I'd say, 5-10 feet. And just getting it out over. I mean, that's the place you want to hit it to if you want to hit a lot of home runs. You hit it right down the line where it's shortest. High fastball to Tyler Stover. It's 1-0.
So all of a sudden that run given up on the solo shot was topped there by the third baseman Jack Pridy on a 3-run home run.
And these two teams continue to have power numbers against each other, as you mentioned, with the 3 homers each in one of their games from the previous week.
It was the second of their doubleheader. Rock Hounds won both games when they played in Reno.
3-0 on Stover now. A lot of trouble for Kerr early on.
Yeah, you gotta believe that he did not believe that Pridy was gonna take that out of Billy and Louise Yarborough Stadium with that swing. Like right off the bat, I thought it had a chance of hitting off the wall, but it just carried and carried.
That pitch just inside corner for a strike. Yeah, I definitely thought it was heading towards foul territory, but would stay fair. But I didn't think it was going to get out of there, though.
Yeah.
3-1, ball 4. Tyler Stover draws a walk. 4th straight runner to reach for the Rock Hounds. Still nobody out. That'll bring up Jedediah Fagg, designated hitter.
Hitter number 23, Jed Fagg.
So Kerr in a lot of trouble, yet to retire a batter. Definitely not good for your ERA.
Swinging a high pop-up on the infield. And it'll be called over at second and put away by Brown. That's the first out of the inning.
That's better for your ERA. Records amounts.
You don't say.
Yeah. That's what I'm here
You're
for.
going from infinity to a really high number.
First baseman number 18, Kirby.
You're going from infinity to 81 on the ERA. So, 81 looks a lot better than infinity.
And beyond.
All right, Buzz. First pitch in there, a strike to Broadbent.
Hey, you always got a friend in me, Tristan.
Boy, if you don't stop. It's the kind of jokes you got to make in a doubleheader, guys.
Oh, yeah. It's only the first inning.
0-1 pitch. Outside, ball 1.
And again, Broadbent, the first baseman, another guy with power that we've seen this summer. He had 3 home runs a couple weeks ago. I don't have the updated statistics, but definitely you could just look at him in the batter's box, an imposing presence.
Swinging a line drive over to short. Could have been a double play ball, but it's botched over at shortstop. That's going to go down as an error on Ford.
Yeah, hit right at the shortstop Ford and not able to glove it. I think he was anticipating the 2 double play a little too early, took his eye off the ball, and once
that was a tailor-made double play ball, and it was a good hop too. It was up high. He didn't have to stay down on it.
There's a one hopper right at his chest, and what you would want ideally as a shortstop, just could not make the play.
So it's the catcher Dawsen Bacho now, 2-on-1 out. Ball gets away. Runners both head, and whoa, he could have thrown it to second. He had plenty of time.
Yeah, I think his natural instinct was to go to third. He looked at second. Broadbent did not get the greatest jump, and he's not the fastest of runners, but the catcher, again, Hollinger, second time this half inning, advancing 2 runners on 1 pass ball.
Yeah, see, there's a big difference between wild pitches and passed balls because passed balls just shouldn't get past the catcher, and that one right there, it was in the dirt, but it was thrown right at him. It goes over to his side, and, he really should have had the runner at second, though, because there's a swing and a miss. Broadbent he would have been dead to rights if he threw that. Even after his first hesitation, he still could have thrown it. 1-1 pitch to Bacho. Just low.
Like I mentioned in the top of the inning, I think Bacho is their strongest defensive catcher. We'll see what he can do with the bat in his hand here with 2 runners in scoring position.
And runners on second and third, 1 out, a really good scoring opportunity for Bacho. Swing and a miss. Late on it again, 2-2.
I think you have to take advantage if you're Kerr with this lower part of the lineup. You've already given up 3 runs. You have to settle down here in a strikeout situation with 2 runners on, 1 out.
2-2 pitch, and he makes contact. Bouncing to the right side, it's just a foul ball.
Yeah, just sliced at the very end. It looked like it was going to stay down the line, and then it just took a little beeline towards the Astro dugout.
Yeah, if he had just been able to keep that one fair, that was really a well-placed ball. It probably would have been an out, but it's definitely an RBI for him. Got to protect now with 2 strikes. 2-2 pitch. And he swings and misses, strike 3.
So that's what Kerr was pitching for, the strikeout with 2 runners on, 1 out. Now you'll need a clutch 2-out hit from Mitchell Rathburn, the first time we've seen him this summer. Not even on our roster, kind of a new addition. We'll see what he has here.
We saw him struggle a little bit at second base in the first inning, so hopefully he can get a couple runs in here and make up for it.
Maybe he's Dan Ugla. You don't know. Have a little power at the second base position.
Could be. Ian Kinsler.
Always have to get your Tigers
swinging
in
a
there.
foul.
I could have
foul
gone.
back.
I
mean,
could have gone Pedroia. You know.
Dawsen Pedroia.
Yeah.
Personally, I like Brandon Phillips at second base. Two strikes. Pitch is inside for a ball.
Yeah, the first time I ever saw a baseball game, it was a Giants-Reds game in person. And just watching Brandon Phillips in warm-ups is so impressive. He's just flipping glove hand to the shortstop Cozart. It was just the prettiest warm-up you've ever seen.
Checked his swing. Ball gets away. Not far enough to score the runners, though. Yeah, his one behind-the-back flip for the double play last year was the play of the year by ESPN. And ever since that, I mean, I watch him as much as I can. But the thing people don't realize is with the bat, he's just as powerful as he is graceful on defense.
We'll see if Rathburn can channel B. Phillips.
2-2 pitch. Outside, that one gets away. This might score the run. Flip, and he's going to be out at home. That's going to end the inning. Stover just barely caught at home. That'll end the first inning. Rock Hounds on top, 3-1. Welcome back, 6, 7, 8 hitters coming up for Reno. Playing with a deficit for the first time this game as they trail at 3-1 after the 3-run homer from Jack Pridy. Errol Hollinger will lead it off, the catcher for the Astros. First pitch swinging, high fly ball, deep center field. This one's way back, and it's gone. Dead center field. Errol Hollinger must have hit that one at least 410 feet.
I didn't realize that we got in a time machine, traveled to Monday, and now we're at the Home Run Derby here at Billy and Louise Yarborough Stadium. 3 home runs in the first 3 half innings.
Is that Giancarlo Stanton or Errol Hollinger?
Oh, man. I guess we know why he's in the lineup. It's, the 2 pass balls. I think you're forgiven if you hit a shot like that.
Oh, yeah. That was a bomb. That'll bring up Brown, the second baseman. First pitch, swing and a miss. Good pitch from Solano. Got to think both pitchers are going to try and get it down a little more now that they see the power of these two teams.
Yeah, I think both pitchers are in a similar situation where they need to be extra fine with their control.
Breaking ball outside, 1-1.
And these Astros hitters just keep coming up, and they're just big, stocky guys. They just look powerful in the box.
1-1. Better location on the breaking ball, but still a ball, 2-1.
Like, you look at the second baseman, Jesse Brown, he does not look like your prototypical second baseman standing in the box.
Not at all. Most second basemen, lankier, you know, kind of tall, and usually really good on defense. You always want your up-the-middle defense. The shortstop, the second baseman, they got to be athletic and fast. Pitch outside for ball 4, so Jesse Brown takes a walk.
So the bottom lineup doing damage for the Astros, a solo home run, and now a walk by the 7th-place hitter.
Andy Kalengart.
So here's Andy Kalengart, first baseman for the Reno Astros, and actually,
I think he looks more like a second baseman.
First baseman, usually one of the bigger ones on the team, but he's actually the smallest guy I've seen so far. That pitch is outside for a ball.
Yeah, usually you want the bigger radius of a tall first baseman like the Rock Hounds have in Kirby Broadbent. I mean, you look at Broadbent standing next to Brown at second base. They're pretty
They
similar
really
builds.
should switch, you
Yeah.
would think.
Yeah, you see on your screen Brown standing next to Broadbent. They're exactly the same height, and Broadbent's a good 6'4".
Pitch high for a ball. I mean, first basemen are just typically bigger guys that are not known for defense. They're known for power. I mean, you look at Miguel Cabrera, Prince Fielder, Albert Pujols. It's just the mold for baseball. They're usually the most powerful guy on the team. 2-0 pitch, inside corner for a strike, 2-1.
I don't know if you remember Richie Sexton with the Milwaukee Brewers. He was the biggest first baseman I think I've ever seen.
In there for a strike, 2-2. And of course, you always have first basemen like Adam Dunn that would hit like 100 for a batting average with 40 homers and 100 RBIs.
How Adam Dunn was never in the home run derby always astonished me. Like, you don't have to be an all-star to be in the derby.
No, you don't. There was several that were in the derby on Monday that weren't.
The two finalists, Frazier and Stanton, not all-stars, but in the home run derby. I would love to see Adam Dunn in his prime just launch balls out of stadiums.
Pitch high, another walk. Not a good start to the inning for Solano. A homer and a pair of walks that'll bring up Ford. And he's dealing with the bottom of the lineup, too. These are not the kind of guys you want to walk, typically.
Yeah, and this is kind of the issues we've seen from Solano in control-wise. Back-to-back walks, you get a rally for free, and now your shortstop Ford can act like a second leadoff guy and try and get on base for Kerr, who started off this game with a single.
Wouldn't be surprised to see a bunt in this situation. Third baseman on the grass waiting for it. And he's not. He's swinging away. He fouls it off.
Yeah, he might have had the biggest hack out of anyone.
He's the smallest player we've seen so far.
It works better if you stand on this side of the fence. So I have a clear sight line. There's nothing that's going to block the signal.
So did you catch why the umpire went to talk to Solano?
No.
Maybe give Bacho a little time, because I think he might have gotten.
Might have had to do with the catcher here.
Yeah, I think he might have gotten a piece of Bacho on the backswing, perhaps, because they're checking his chin.
He was also shaking his hand.
Yeah. So I think he might have gotten clipped, because Orio's foul tipped. I wasn't sure. I heard a little double.
It was
sound.
foul tipped.
Yeah.
I definitely heard the foul tip.
So we're going to take a little time here to have the catcher, Dawsen Bacho, kind of collect his composure. So let's do a little station identification. You're watching the Solano College Sports Network. Tristan Vector, Brian Nelson here. You can watch all of our games on Channel 28 in the Fairfield area. Channel 28 Think TV. Also on Facebook.com/Solano College Sports Network, as well as YouTube.com/Solano College Sports Network. And follow us on our social media pages, Twitter and Instagram at SCC_Falcons.
Not sure exactly what the issue is here with Bacho, but they're inspecting. It almost looks like they're inspecting the chest protector, not so much to see if he's okay, but to see if his equipment is still working.
Yeah, so yeah, we can do that. Go ahead.
Yeah. We'll send it over now to our promo.
Interested in a career in sports broadcasting? Well, Solano College is the right college for you. Fall 2016, Solano is offering not one, but 2 sports broadcasting classes. COM 75A is for the people who want to be in front of the camera, like me. You will focus on real-life, on-air, internet, and televised broadcast. Not only will you be in front of the camera, you will learn the fundamentals of play-by-play description, color commentary, do interviews with players and coaches, and even host your own sports talk show. For those of you who want to be more behind the scenes, COM 80A is the class for you. You will learn the fundamentals of televised sports broadcasts, both in studio and on location. You will also learn the fundamentals of computer graphics, videography, instant replay, and pre- and post-production editing. Cool, right? Both classes are held from 1 to 3:55 in room 121 of the main campus building. 75A is held on Wednesdays and 80A is held on Mondays. See you there.
And we're back now. Apparently Dawsen Bacho took that foul ball to the chin as they put tape all over his chin.
Yeah, who needs Band-Aids when you got some sporting tape?
And he's back in the game, ready to go. 0-1 on Ryan Ford. Solanpa steps off.
I think that doesn't surprise me at all, being a catcher. They're usually one of the toughest guys on your roster.
Yeah, I hate to make another Tigers comparison, but I've never seen someone take as much of a beating as Alex Avila.
Yeah,
Horrible player, but never seen him take so much of a beating.
Yeah.
He would get hit in the head, I think, at least once a game.
Even his dad didn't want him as the GM. His dad took over for the Tigers,
Man,
right? And
the first thing you did was you got rid of him. Gave him to the White Sox. That pitch is fouled off. 2-strike count now.
And how do you like the first pitch back if your Bacho is pitch in the dirt that you have to block, and you just gotta wear it?
You're killing me, man. Come on.
Yeah, that's just your job description.
That's the one position that I never played in game in baseball. I played every other position. I was not trying to play catcher. 1-2 pitch, way up there. My coach was like, dude, you play hockey. You should be able to block. I was like, no,
I'm not the goalie.
I'm good. Yeah, I was like, that's my brother you're thinking of. I'm good.
I'm the goal scorer, man. Like, I'm not the guy getting beat up.
Yeah, I'm the fast guy. Put me in center. 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Wow. He could not lay off of the high fastball, even though it was up at his head. First strikeout of the game. Actually, second for Solanpa. Much needed out, too. First out of the inning.
Yeah, if you're forward. Not sure what you were trying to do there, unless you're trying to tomahawk it.
He really wanted a home run.
Yeah.
He was just going to swing at anything and everything. That'll bring up Kerr. Singled his first time up, but then he was caught stealing. He tried to move on what he thought was going to be a pass ball, but it was actually a good block and great throw from Bacho. Runners both going, and he fouls it off. Did you see how Bacho barehanded that off the bounce? He was ready to go if that was a fair ball.
Yeah, I'm telling you, Bacho is a sound defensive catcher. He's really impressed me throughout seeing multiple starts here in the summer season.
Both runners got a jump. I know it was a hit and run, but if Kerr had missed that, I think they might have both been able to get in there.
Yeah,
they both had a good jump.
I really like to see that kind of aggression when you're down by a run with 1 out. You trust your leadoff hitter to be a contact guy, so put him in position to drive in a run.
0-1 pitch, both runners bluff. It's outside, ball 1.
Because you got to believe your leadoff guy's not going to drive one into the gap to score both runs. If they're on the move, though, and he hits one into shallow left, shallow right, maybe you definitely could score the guy at second, maybe even get the guy at first, depending on where he hits it.
Swing and a miss. Man, that high fastball is just so tempting for these Astros hitters. They all love to hit for power.
And it's going to make his breaking ball even better because they're going to look at the plane of the ball, see fastball potentially, and it's going to break down. I'll just keep these Astro hitters off balance.
The 2-strike delivery, and there's that breaking ball you talked about. He pops it up high in the air, center field, caught by Grant. Throw coming in, and runner's not going to be able to tag. Great throw from Chase Grant.
I think that was a wise decision from Jesse Brown. Chase Grant has a plus arm in the outfield. We've seen him more at the corners, but he, last game against the Solano Mudcats, he and Matt Campos, they got a guy trying to stretch a double into a triple. It was all the way at the 330 sign in right field. Grant gunned it down to Campos. Campos at second, gunned down the runner trying to get third base. So you don't want to run on the arm of Chase Grant.
Pitch high. And he does a great job of positioning himself. You don't really want to run into the ball. You want to be under it and then, or you don't want to run, like back on it and catch it as you're moving. You want to get
momentum going.
You want to get past it and then run into it so that you have your momentum heading right towards your cutoff man as you make the throw. And he did a perfect job of that, allowing him to get not only a strong throw but good distance on it.
And if you're the base runner Brown, you don't want to make the last out at third base. That's a cardinal rule. Don't make the first out, don't make the last out.
Yeah, you hate base running to be the reason that you have an inning ended. I mean, like Stover getting caught at home on the pass ball last inning. Although I know it looked like he could have made it. It was really close, but you hate to make the last out on a base running mistake. Pitch in there for a strike, 2-1. Actually 3-1. Solano now fakes. Good pickoff move. He doesn't actually throw it, though. It's still 3-1.
Yeah, no one was at the base. Had he thrown it, it would have gone straight to Chase Grant.
Eric Underwood swings in short. Liner to center. Grant running back on it. He's not going to make the play. 2 runs are going to score. This gets all the way to the wall. On his way to second and holding there is Underwood with a double and a 2-run scoring double.
Yeah, that one, it was deceptive off the bat. It looked like it was going right at Grant, but that thing just carried. He put a lot of backspin on that one, and it sailed right over the head of Grant.
Yeah, it's not a particularly windy day, but there's always some wind here, and that one kind of got up into a jet stream. Grant kind of froze on it, slowly started moving, and then all of a sudden he had that oh crap moment where he realized it's going over his head.
Now the other Underwood brother trying to drive in his brother, standing at second.
Underwood with the home run his first time up to left center.
It's
Solano
interesting
steps off.
Watching Underwood, the base runner in the field, is that he's a left-handed batter, but he's a right-handed thrower. Both Underwood brothers are right-handed throwers from the outfield positions.
First pitch, swung on and ripped into right center. That's going to get down. This is going to score his brother. He's going to round first, but hold up with it. An RBI single, 5-3 Reno.
That looked like a similar swing, just mirrored. It didn't travel as far, obviously, but the path of the ball was pretty similar from both brothers. So Underwood scores Underwood.
And this is really getting to be an ugly inning now for Solano. He's still at 2 outs, though. He needs to get this next guy. 7 batters have come up. Landreth is up now. Canopsis is the only batter who hasn't hit yet this inning. He's on deck. First pitch, low for a ball. One-oh pitch. Strike on the outside corner. Just got one in there.
Yeah, definitely got a generous strike there. Solano will take it.
Swing and a miss. Landreth was going for a home run on that one, and he is fooled by the curveball. 1-2. Solano just needs one more good pitch to get himself out of this inning.
And luckily for Solano, he has an offense that can generate runs. So if you can limit the damage to 2, that'll be definitely beneficial.
Good block from Bacho again. 2-2.
Something that we have to know is that issue with Bacho could have, it definitely didn't help Solano because he was just standing out there for, what, like 5 minutes, just kind of cooling down.
1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Killed him with the curveball. He is tagged out by Bacho. That'll end the top of the second. We're on our way to the bottom of the second now. And we'll send this over to Melanie Fuller.
Hey guys, Melanie Fuller here with Coach Robbie. Coach Robbie, you guys had an offensive explosion in your guys' game against the Mudcats. What learning experiences do you take from games like that?
Just kind of seeing what our guys can really do when they get into it. Up and down for most of the year, but when we see games like that, we know the potential that our team really has.
And great start to today's game, Coach, but how are we going to focus on getting back on top?
Throwing strikes, these guys can hit a little bit. They're little older guys have been playing around for a while. Hopefully our guys can keep on the offense, a good three-run inning to start the game, so hopefully that continues.
And what's the best thing about working with these young men over summer?
Just the personalities and the work ethic. We have a lot of personalities on our team, as I'm sure you know. And then on top of that, a lot of guys getting better and being really good. And I know somebody's photobombed me, right?
Yeah. Thank you, Coach Robbie.
Yeah, no problem.
Back to you guys in the booth.
Bottom of the second inning here for the Rock Hounds. And still at bat is Mitchell Rathburn, whose at bat ended last time with a pass ball where Stover was caught trying to steal home plate. Rock Hounds trailing now 5-3. Tough inning for Kellen Solano. He really got hit around a little bit. And the biggest thing for a pitcher when they're making solid contact on you is you just can't walk people and help them out with it. And both pitchers walked 2 in their worst innings so far.
Yeah, and the four
Pitch
base
outside.
runners. Yeah, the 4 base runners that have gone on via the walk, 3 of them have scored. Webster for the Rock Hounds, and then both batters for the Astros.
And Stover very nearly did as well, as that pitch is fouled off.
Good job on the interview too, Alexis. Good work. That's real smooth.
And now the 1-1 pitch from Kerr. Swung on. Solid contact high in the air center field. This is deep. Going back. And it's off the wall. This is going to be a double for Rathburn. We nearly had another home run.
Yeah, off the crack of the bat, you thought, uh-oh, here we go again. And it just fell short of the wall. Like I said, Dan Ugla power. He got the Dan Ugla wrist curls going on. He hit it near the 400-foot sign, and you got a leadoff double for Evan Faccenda.
Yeah, definitely Dan Ugla, because if that went over the wall, it was Brandon Phillips. That'll bring up Evan Faccenda at the bottom of the lineup for the Rock Hounds in there for a strike. Don't be mistaken, though. He's not batting ninth because he's the worst hitter. They're just trying to balance out the lineup. Evan Faccenda as good as anybody on this lineup here for the Rock Hounds.
Yeah, Coach Ayers has done a habit of putting really skilled guys in the 9-hole to act as a second leadoff hitter for Chase Grant, who can drive in runs as well as get on base.
Swinging a bouncing ball back up the middle. That's going to get through. That's a base hit. This is going to score a run. Faccenda going for second now as it's bobbled in center, and he is safe at second base. Great heads-up base running from Evan Faccenda.
Yeah, great heads-up base running for Faccenda. Kerr just charged that ball way too quickly, trying to gun down Rathburn, who got a great jump off the ball. Saw that the shortstop Ford was not going to make the play. Rathburn scored easily, and as the ball got by Kerr, Faccenda, that play was right in front of him. He had the best view. Didn't need to pick up the coach, Andrew Ayers, standing at third base. He took second base all on his own, and now Chase Grant has a runner in scoring position.
Back to the top of the order now for the Rock Hounds. Pitch inside and high for a ball. Single, stolen base, moved to third on a pass ball for Grant, then scored on Jack Pridy's 3-run tater.
I thought it was a taco.
There's a lot of different names for home runs.
A lot of food.
A lot of food. Pitch in there for a ball. I mean, you could pretty much just say any food and it means home run, you know. 3-run pineapple.
I'm not sure if that works, Tristan.
A grand
I don't
peach.
think.
Pitch bounces in 3-0.
I guess technically a grand slam is food if you're at Denny's.
There you go.
Yeah.
Pancakes. Kerr with the set. 3-0 pitch. In there for a strike. Just a get me over pitch right there. Chase Grant definitely taking it all the way. 3-1.
And really, for the Rock Hounds, getting the leadoff runner has been excellent. Both leadoff runners, Grant in the first and Rathburn here in the second, have scored.
3-1 pitch, and that is low ball 4. Chase Grant takes a walk. 2 on now, nobody out for the Rock Hounds.
Third walk for Kerr in an inning plus of work. You definitely don't want to give free passes to this lineup. I think this is going to be an offensive game with 9 runs in the first 2 innings alone.
Looking like that 24-8 game on Tuesday.
Yeah, the first game the Reno Astros played the Rock Hounds, it was a 7-4 ball game, and then they followed that up with a 12-6 ball game.
Pitch inside corner, apparently. That was way in there. Garland does not agree with the call.
So for the Rock Hounds, you scored 19 runs in a doubleheader. You're well on your way to that with 4 here in the second of the first game.
And then you scored 24 in a regular game.
Off 27 hits.
0-1 pitch. Swung on and bounced foul.
Yeah, and this lineup doesn't even have some terrific hitters. Jared Ambule, the outfielder, comes to mind, and Matt Campos, the stellar shortstop. Both really offensive threats, not in the lineup, and you still have such a solid lineup that Evan Faccenda is your 9-hitter. Faccenda standing at second, Grant standing at first.
0-2 to Webster. He lays off the elevated fastball. It's 1-2.
Yeah,
It's a pitch that everyone on the Reno Astros has swung at today.
Yeah, Webster does a great job of being selectively aggressive. You'll see him a lot of times swing at the first pitch, but if he doesn't swing at the first pitch, he works his at-bats really well.
Swinging a chop foul. Still 0-2, or still 1-2 rather.
And see, with Faccenda batting ninth, it turns your lineup over. Faccenda becomes like your second leadoff hitter. Grant is your 2-hole hitter. Webster is your 3-hole hitter. So the first time around when Webster hits second, every time after that, it's new opportunities for Webster to drive in runs.
1-2 pitch. Just missed, 2-2.
Again, good eye from the shortstop to lay off that tempting pitch.
Another really good at bat from Webster. He drew a 7-pitch walk his first time up. This is going to be the 6th pitch of this at bat. And it is swung on and chopped high in the air to third. Grabbed and tags the runner. Throw to first is not in time.
Good heads-up base running from Faccenda to freeze. That way the third baseman had to run over to tag him, and Landreth couldn't tag him in time to throw out Webster, who was hustling down the line. So you just change your base runners, and hey, now you have the speedy Grant at second base, and Webster, who's probably faster than Faccenda is. So you trade it out for some faster base runners. We'll see what Jack Pridy can do after that 3-run opposite field home run.
Good job by Landreth, though, in the moment to make the right play there and get the lead runner. Jack Pridy now. Same situation as his first time up, 2 men on base.
Yeah, you could obviously, if you're the third baseman, Landreth, try and turn 2, but then you'd have that runner at third, less than 2 outs. We've seen the issues behind the plate with Hollister.
Swing and a miss, strike 1.
Had he gotten another pass ball, that's another run across the board, and it's a tie ball game.
And the 1-1 pitch is inside.
I'm going to try so we can, you guys on the camera right on the side of the cage, and we'll just have 4 cameras.
Pridy here, ahead in the count. I'd like to see him maybe take another ball, 3-1 count. That is definitely a hitter's count to try and drive another one out of here, another 3-run shot.
Pitch outside.
So here's the situation I just talked about, 3-1, 1 out. You can expect a fastball here from Kerr.
Tough situation here for Kerr. You got Stover on deck. You don't want to load the bases for him. But if you give Pridy the right pitch to hit, we already saw what he can do with it. And it's outside, ball 4.
And so he stayed away from Pridy after what he did in the first, and now bases loaded, 1 out for Tyler Stover.
That brings up right fielder number 6, Tyler Stover.
Stover walked, reached second on a pass ball, made it over to third on an error, and then was caught trying to get home on another pass ball. That ended the first inning. First pitch to Stover, way inside, nearly hit him.
Great play there from Hollister to block that one. Just got enough glove on it to catch that one. Not an easy play for Hollister behind the plate.
One-0. Swung on, flied high in the air but foul. To the right side, 1-1.
Infield's playing pretty straight away. Trying to look for potentially a double play to get out of this inning.
1-1. Swung on and chopped foul.
Now Kerr ahead in the count has an opportunity to try and get Tyler to chase something in the dirt. With all the power, he is somewhat susceptible to a strikeout, so we'll try and see if Kerr takes advantage of the aggressiveness of Stover.
1-2. Way outside, 2-2.
That's not what you want. You don't want an easy take. That's clearly going to be a ball high and outside. No chance of that ball being anywhere near the strike zone.
Two-two pitch, swung on and fouled off again.
So a good battle here from the cleanup hitter Stover. And with the battles from Webster, Stover, and company, you got to believe Kerr could be tiring out there in only the second inning.
And that's low. Full count.
That was a tough take. But again, just like Webster on the outside corner at that time, Stover took one inside. That was inside and low.
Here comes the 3-2. And he swings and fouls that one off. Could have been ball 4, but a little too close to take, so good job by Stover to protect.
I just loved Webster at second base just tiptoeing down the line. Kerr had no intention of holding him on with 3-2 and 1 out. It's kind of dangerous, though. If he just turned around, Webster was dead to rights. Kerr wants a new baseball.
Yeah, Webster's definitely taking some liberties over there. Huge lead.
There is only 1 out. Got to be aware of that. Usually 3-2, 2 outs, a surefire you're running.
And that pitch misses ball 4. Easy RBI for Tyler Stover. And it's a tie game.
Show up to the ball game, walk to first, get an RBI.
Brings up the
Best of everything.
23, Jed Fag.
So 2 walks for Stover, no at-bats, 1 RBI.
That'll bring up Fag, popped up to second his last time up. Finally, a little conversation over there on the mound. It's 5-5 here in the second.
And I think, if I'm not mistaken, the person at the mound is Canopsis, the DH, so I think they might have a player manager.
Really?
I believe so, or at least a pitching coach, because, no?
He said Mel, not no.
Oh.
All right, coaching visit is over. They're all experts.
So the meeting's over with Kerr at the mound. We'll see how Jedediah Fag approaches his at-bat.
Pitch in there for a strike. We just heard a very interesting nugget of wisdom from Coach Stover that everyone on the Reno Astros is an ex-professional player, and that's why they all look so old.
Is that how he phrased it, Tristan?
Well, I phrased the that's why they
phrased
look
it.
so old part,
Yeah.
but apparently the third baseman was managed by Stover in pro ball 15 years ago. Really interesting information right there. Probably why we can't find a whole lot of statistics on them is there's a bouncer to second. Flip to second 1, relay to first. Nice pick at first base. They turn the double play. Really impressive play over there. That'll end the inning, but the Falcons get back into this one. They tie it up after 2. And we're back. Third inning of play here at Solano. Astros Rock Hounds deadlocked at 5.
Leading off will be the DH / manager, Matt Canopsis.
Canopsis struck out his first time up to end the first inning.
For the Reno Astros, designated hitter, number 51, Matt Canopsis.
And we were unfortunately not able to bring you that full at-bat as we had technical difficulties. But he ended that first striking out.
Pitch in there for a strike right down the middle. Good pitch from Solano.
And so this is a tie ball game here.
0-1 pitch nearly hit him.
And so both of these pitchers, Kerr and Solano, have to have short memories. It's a tie ball game. It's like it's 0-0. So whatever happened in the past, put it behind you. Just focus on the inning in front of you and try and put up zeros on the board for your offenses.
That pitch misses outside.
Mel, can you hear? Great. This is what I like.
2-1 pitch. In there for a strike.
It's definitely going to be important for Solano not to get this leadoff hitter on. Both pitchers have let both leadoff hitters in both innings on base.
Swing and a miss. Nasty curveball. Canopsis nearly broke his ankles trying to swing at that one.
Yeah, he's going to have to substitute himself out if he's not too careful.
Number 32, Errol Hollinger.
How would we do that if he breaks his ankles? Like, would he like limp out there and kind of scratch his name off his own scorecard and put somebody
Let's
else
see.
in
He
there?
is the DH, so.
Yeah, pinch hit anybody for him. I'll bring up the catcher Hollinger, who hit a deep shot to center field.
Pitch inside for a ball. Really the only home run I can remember this season that went exactly to dead center. We've seen several to left center-ish, but that's probably the deepest home run we've seen this season. Pitch in there for a strike. At least the deepest part of the ballpark to hit it to. There's some we've seen maybe not hit to center that got over the wall by quite a bit.
It was definitely impressive to see from the catcher.
1-1. Pitch up there. 2-1.
And early on, Solano was trying to jam him in with that first breaking ball and first fastball, kind of crowding the plate inside. There he changes eye level with that pitch outside.
2-1. Swung on and missed. Elevated fastball again.
Yeah,
too tempting.
Been very, very good with that high fastball to get these Astros hitters to swing and miss at that unhittable high fastball. Not going to do much with that pitch.
And checked his swing. Did he go? No, he didn't.
Yeah, did
Full
a
count.
Good job of letting up on that one. You got to expect Hollinger to swing away here, 3-2.
Okay, cool.
3-2 pitch. Breaking ball. Oh, where did that miss?
That's what Solano's thinking. He can't believe that Hollinger is standing at first base after that. Breaking ball looked like it just floated in there.
That went right down the middle. I don't know where that missed.
Maybe he's thinking because of such a big break that it could have crossed the plate high and landed in the strike zone, but not sure.
First pitch way up on Brown, who drew a walk his first time up.
What can't happen for Solano is to let that walk affect this at-bat, because after that home run from Hollinger, he gave up back-to-back walks, and both of those runners scored. So he's got to settle back down.
We talked about the importance of not walking earlier on, especially because neither pitcher's stuff, not that they don't have good stuff. We've seen, obviously, Solano pitch well, but neither pitcher's really on the best game so far today. So last thing you want is to help these hitters out a little more with the walks because they're already barreling up the ball. That pitch is a ball.
And so far, their saving grace is that the two home runs have been solo shots. Nobody's been on base in front of them, luckily, for Solano. And we saw with Pridy, you get two base runners on, you get one shot. Now, one home run is better than two. One three-run shot is better than two solos. So important to keep runners off.
Pitch outside again.
And again, not what you want to do. 3-1 to this powerful-looking second baseman, Jesse Brown.
They're all powerful looking. Checked his swing. Didn't go. That's a walk. Solano with a pair of no-out walks, just like in the second inning.
Brings up the first baseman.
It's 1 out. 1 out.
Oh, that's right.
Because
Strikeout on the first.
let off with a strikeout.
So here's Callengart.
First, Robbie Rogers, the pitching coach, will talk to his pitcher, Solano, try and settle him down. As we'll see if the bullpen starts warming up a little bit. Some just long tosses between, looks like Wyatt McCampbell and the backup catcher, Kevin Wong. So far, Tristan, this 5-5 ball game has been very intriguing, and it's going to be important for, I think, the deciding factor is who is going to get the pitching to get these hitters out and put some zeros up on the board for their offenses.
I really think the idea the whole prospect of this team full of somewhat washed up ex-pros is really interesting to watch, because they're taking on these kids that are obviously much more youthful and faster than they are, but they know what it takes to get where these guys are trying to go, and the way that they go about their business as that pitch is popped up foul. It's just a really interesting thing to watch. And obviously both teams seem, when you take the grand scheme of things, the experience of one team, the youthful energy of the other team, obviously the two teams look pretty equal so far. Obviously it's only the third inning, but they have matched each other pretty much blow for blow so far.
We'll see how all of these runs affect the second game that immediately follows this game.
That pitch bounces in and it gets away. That's going to go as a more of a wild pitch. Really tough to block that one.
Yeah, Bacho had no shot at that one. As soon as that ball hit the dirt in front of Bacho, it had no bounce.
It didn't take the hop that you would expect. It didn't take a hop at all. It was almost like a ground ball.
It's like it hydroplaned. If you visualize it, like hydroplaned off the dirt right between Bacho's legs.
Pitch just high for a ball.
There's only so much you could do as a catcher to block the 5-hole with your glove. It was just impossible for, I think, Bacho to get rid of that wild pitch.
2-1, swing and a miss.
So now it's a strikeout situation. We saw the other pitcher, Kerr, execute in this situation with 1 out, 2 runners on. We'll see if Salampa can strike out Callengart with 1 out.
Yeah, with the runners being at second and third, there's no double play possibility. You really got to get this strikeout if you want to keep this inning without any more runs.
There he tried to make him chase with that breaking ball in the dirt. Good discipline from Callengart to take that one.
A strikeout or a pop-up on the infield is really what you're looking for here to ensure that nobody's going to score on this play.
Yeah, pop-up in the infield. Hopefully they call it infield fly roll.
Full count pitch. Checked his swing. He didn't go. Another walk.
So he walks, the bases loaded here in the top of the third. Luckily for him, he struck out the next batter, Ryan Ford, in his only at-bat of the game.
Now, not that anybody is necessarily weak on this Astros lineup, but it's just not a good look when you're walking the bottom of the order. You got a 7-hitter and an 8-hitter each with 2 walks. You really would rather challenge them a little bit, because he challenged Ford his last time up and struck him out. Swinging a foul ball. He really cannot hold up on those high fastballs.
Yeah, he's going to get a steady diet of those until he can prove to Salampa that he can lay off of those. And he's going to follow him up with breaking balls low.
And check out those stirrups.
Yeah, Salampa definitely has some style.
Pitch just a little low. Yeah, classic look with a bunch of players who remember when those were used by everybody.
Yeah, we talked to Kellen Salampa during the Solano season, and he's just an interesting character. Got a lot of personality, kind of wears that on his socks, I guess.
Swinging a high pop-up. He got the pop-up he was looking for.
They
called over at short and caught by Webster.
The infield fly rule is in effect, so no matter what, they would have gotten that out.
Big out right there for Salampa. Kerr is now going to take his swing with the bases loaded and 2 outs.
Try to help out his brother out. Put some runs on, get the Astros the lead once again.
Yeah, just follow the runner at first base.
Big back and forth ball game.
First pitch misses.
And that's
high
how
outside.
That's how the first couple games were in the doubleheader in Reno. Both times the Rock Hounds fell behind and came back to win. In that 12-6 ball game, they were tied up 6-6 and scored 6.
Swinging a foul back
in their last half inning of baseball, because that second game only went 7 innings. I'm guessing due to weather or due to darkness in Reno.
Do they have a darkness rule at that field?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure where they play, so not sure why exactly it was 7 innings, but looking at the box score, it was only 7.
Swinging a check swing foul. Perhaps they said, hey, man, we're a little old. Let's not do all 9. 2-strike count here on Kerr. Strikeout situation for Salampa. He can get out of the inning. He needs a good pitch right here. 1-2. Swing and a miss. He got him. And all he has to do is tag home because the bases are loaded. That'll end the top of the third inning. Solano gets in trouble, but he actually does not give up any runs. We'll head. Bottom of the third inning here at Solano. 6, 7, 8 hitters coming up for the Rock Hounds. First scoreless inning of the game from Solano, even though he walked the bases loaded. No hits allowed for him that inning, however. It's going to be Broadbent, Bacho, and Rathburn.
And if Kerr were to have a scoreless inning, this could be the opportunity here in the 6, 7, 8 hitter.
Definitely would be that situation, you would think. Rathburn did have a double, but
That
Broadbent only reached on an error and Bacho struck out, so could be a potential for that.
We will definitely see. Broadbent, you can't take him too lightly in the batter's box. He did reach on that error. He thought it was going to be a tailor-made double play, but it struck directly at 4, could not make that play.
Yeah, it should have been inning ending for sure.
Leading off the Rock Hounds in the bottom of the third. First baseman, number 18, Kirby Broadbent.
So Broadbent digs in against the lefty Kerr, trying to get his first scoreless inning, trying to match Solano pitch for pitch. Not exactly pitch for pitch.
At least blow for blow.
Yeah.
Run for run.
You definitely don't want to walk the bases loaded. That you don't want to make a habit of that.
1-0 count on Broadbent. The first pitch was outside. 1-0. Low. 2-0. Two-0 pitch now from Kerr. Low. 3-0.
And maybe I jinxed Kirby by saying match it blow for
Yeah.
blow, or pitch for pitch, because falling behind the count to the leadoff hitter. He's given up a leadoff base runner both innings.
That pitch in there popped up, headed towards foul territory. Is he going to get out? It will. 3-1.
So Broadbent with the green light, 3-0. That just shows the trust in manager Andrew Ayers has in his big, tall first baseman. If you like a pitch, try and drive it. Give it permission 3-0.
And the 3-1. Inside corner. Broadbent thought that was ball 4, but he's going to be called back to the box. It's a full count.
Yeah, the umpire's given that inside fastball. He's been calling that a strike. He gave Solano that pitch last half inning, so.
Broadbent definitely sold it a little. Full count pitch, swing and a miss. That was definitely ball 4. He strikes out. So maybe he is matching Solano pitch for pitch. Solano struck out the leadoff hitter last inning on a full count pitch. So that'll bring up Dawsen Bacho, who struck out his first time up.
And he has a more refined tape job. When he got his chin taped, it was just a big piece of tape.
Swinging a foul ball on the right side.
Now they kind of have this gauze and they have tape on both sides. Looks more like a chin strap.
Mel, you can't hear me, can you? I'm gonna get it closer.
0-1. Swing and a miss, 0-2.
Bacho struck out in a pretty big situation with 2 runners on.
0-2 pitch, foul, ball in the dirt.
Yeah, able to check swing that one. That was a situation we were referring to last half inning where they had runners on second and third and 1 out. Bacho was the person who struck out.
1-2 pitch. Really nice job to take that curveball. He saw the break immediately and pulled his hands back.
I think it helps too being the catcher of Solano, getting the eye for that high breaking ball.
2-2. High again, 3-2. Kerr was up 0-2 on him. He falls behind full count.
Yeah, good discipline at bat here from the catcher.
Here comes the full count pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck out Bacho. Back-to-back Ks to start the inning for Kerr.
So
that'll bring up Rathburn, who doubled his first time up.
just how you would want to draw it up if you're the Astros. You get 2 strikeouts here in the inning where you could potentially get your first scoreless inning. And now you just got to make sure you don't give up a pitch to Rathburn like you did earlier.
Swing and a miss. Rathburn fooled by that pitch down low.
Julie, can you hear me? Mel?
0-1 in their first strike, 0-2. Kerr is 1 strike away from striking out the side this inning. He'd only had 1 strikeout coming into this inning. 0-2, fouled off.
And while Rathburn is in the batter's box, Wyatt McCampbell continues to warm up in the Rock Hound bullpen.
0-2, outside, 1-2.
The least you can do if you're Rathburn is get that pitch count up. Both batters struck out on full counts. So at the very least, you get Kerr's pitch count up.
1-2 pitch misses outside, 2-2.
There's no activity in the Astros bullpen, however. So they're pretty content to have Kerr finish this one out.
2-2 pitch way inside to hit him. That's going to leave a mark.
Yep, you get a bruise for a base. And now you try and start a 2-out rally with Evan Faccenda.
Evan Faccenda.
RBI double for Faccenda his first time up. Knocked in the 4th run of the game for the Rock Hounds. First pitch misses outside.
We'll see with Rathburn at first what kind of speed he has. If Faccenda hits something in the gap, if he can score.
Yeah, there you go.
Pitch misses outside again.
That's just kind of the unknown of having your rosters be so flexible. You see people come in and out of the Rock Hounds roster. We'll see what the second baseman can do on the base paths.
2-0 pitch. High pop-up. This is going to get out of play. 2-1.
Yeah, you get a pitch you can sort of deal with, and Faccenda fights it off. Still have count leverage, though, if you're Faccenda, 2-1.
Bring your camera. Yeah, right there. Good. That's perfect. Yeah, nice.
Kerr with the 2-1. Strike 2.
Now zoom back.
Got the breaking ball right down the middle.
Yeah, just I want to see the first baseman and the.
And we'll see how aggressive Rathburn is. 2-2. You could potentially swipe a bag here with 2 outs.
2-2 pitch. High fly ball. Deep left field. This is way back. And it's off the wall. That's going to knock in a run. Or not. They hold him up at third.
Yeah, with Rathburn running, I was surprised that Coach Ayers holds up Rathburn, who was running, like I said, as Faccenda hit that one off the top of the wall. I think you got to credit the Astros outfielder, Eric Underwood. Got to specify what Underwood, Eric Underwood, with a nice play, playing the carom very well to hold that runner.
He got there really fast and definitely made a quick throw in, but definitely expected Rathburn to go. Although the ball was pretty much to the cutoff man's glove by the time he hit third, so probably a good holdup. Chase Grant up.
That's the other thing. You trust your next man up mentality. With Faccenda being your 9-hole hitter, you got Grant, Webster, Pridy following. Odds are you trust those guys to drive in some runs.
Second and third, 2 outs. Swinging a bouncing ball or high ball. Bounces over at first. That was a
Foul ball.
It was a mini pop-up that bounced right in front of the first baseman. Not sure.
Probably just didn't get the best read on it.
Yeah, he really should have had that one.
Yeah.
There you go. It's all right.
And so it's 1-1 on Grant. Nice block, 2-1.
You have a base to play with if you're Kerr. But obviously with his issues with control, you don't want to walk Grant and have that be something in the back of your mind when you face Webster, who is standing on deck.
2-1. Bounce foul. 2-2.
If I was Kerr, I would not want to pitch Grant middle in. He has a quick bat. He can easily hit one into the gap and potentially over the wall. I think if you're Rock Hounds, this is a guy you definitely want at the batter's box to drive in these 2 runners in scoring position.
And the 2-2 misses. Full count.
Good take there from Chase Grand. Works the count full, 2 outs. Runners probably won't be going just because there's an open base. And
Ball 4.
Good take. Back-to-back outside breaking balls. You just have to have the eye for that and good patience. And with that lefty-lefty matchup, that's a tempting ball to swing out. It's not in the dirt, but it is breaking away from you. So good at bat from Grant. Third time reaching base. That'll bring up Garland Webster.
Kerr struggling just as much as Solano with free passes. That is his 6th already. 5 walks and a hit by pitch. Guys are getting on for free today as there's a half swing from Webster. A walk and a ground into a force out for him.
Last time the Rock Hounds had bases loaded, Jedediah Fag hit a 4-6-3 double play.
Fouled off.
But prior to that, Stover walked to score a run, and Stover is standing on deck. Or excuse me, he's in the hole as Pridy standing on deck.
And so the 0-2. In there, called strike 3. Webster strikes out looking with the bases loaded. That'll end the inning, no run score. Both pitchers pitch out at jams here in the third. We're on our way to the 4th. It's still 5-5.
Here in the top of the 4th, Wyatt McCampbell is your new pitcher for the Rally Factory Rock Hounds. Kellen Salampa will finish his day with 3 innings pitched, 5 earned. Will not get the win like he did in the first game of the doubleheader they played in Reno. Pitched 2 innings in that first game and in a relief role. We'll see if Wyatt McCampbell can kind of do the same and pitch out of relief and get a win for the Rally Factory Rock Hounds.
Yeah, you know, Solano was just a little bit too errant. He did a good job with his breaking ball, his strikeout pitches. He struck out 5 batters. Definitely did a good job there, but he walked 5 batters to go along with his 5 strikeouts, and it was just a little too erratic. Plus, he really wasn't fooling anybody with his fastball, so the breaking ball was good, but he gave up 2 home runs off those fastballs.
Also gave up 5 hits, so 5 hits, 5 walks.
5 runs, 5 earned runs, 5 strikeouts.
Only
How
3
about that?
innings. Only 3 innings, though.
Pitch in there for a strike. Wyatt McCampbell starts off the game, right?
To Eric Underwood. Underwood brothers have had a nice day combined. They're a trip away from the cycle.
And they knocked each other in at one point there with the second one knocking in Eric.
The second one.
The second
I'm
one.
sure he'll love hearing that. Otherwise known as Scott to his parents.
Thing 1 and thing 2.
Yeah.
0-1 pitch. In there for a ball.
Do your parents do that with you and your brother? They call you Tristan and the second one?
No, actually, I'm the second one.
You're the second one?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. Looks like I don't know my broadcast partner.
High fly ball. Left field foul. 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes now. And the pitch. Breaking ball. Bounce to first. Takes a high hop and goes right over Broadbent's head. What the heck was that?
Yeah, there's some tricky
Off
hops
the lip
here.
of the grass.
It did. And there's just, if you're an infielder, you can never take a ground ball too much for granted, because that one got over the head of a tall first baseman. He had no shot. He had a duck to get out of the way of that ball, even though it wasn't close to hitting him.
He is lucky to keep his face. You never know on a ball like that. You could wind up looking like Dawsen Bacho.
Oh, man.
That's no insult on Bacho. If you haven't been paying attention, he
Or if you're
got
just
hit in the
tuning
chin
yeah.
earlier.
Okay, Julia, now go ahead and zoom in on
1-0 on Scott Underwood. The other one.
The other one hit a home run. Also singled home a run, 2 RBIs.
The other one should be the other one. Pitch in there for a strike.
Both Underwood brothers have driven in 2 runs as well, so kind of mirroring each other.
Really successful family, you know, because their sister Carrie married a hockey player and a great country singer over in Nashville.
Their grandpa Clint. Oh, wait, that's Eastwood. Just kidding.
In there for a strike.
It's an adjacent family, you know?
That's bad.
The Underwoods, the Eastwoods, the
Clint
Westwoods.
Underwood.
Okay, not open mic.
2-strike pitch from McCampbell. Swung on a bounce to third, diving attempt at it, but no chance to make the play for Pridy. That's a base hit. And the Underwoods, solid singles on each side, really hard hit balls.
Yeah, you can see why the Astros are hitting them 2 and 3 in their lineup. They've definitely been on it for the entire game so far. Only 1 out between 6 at-bats.
Yeah, the 2 of them are looking at 5 for 6 with a homer and 4 RBIs.
And a double. So, man. We'll see what Landreth can do. Your cleanup guy has to take advantage of these 2 runners on. 0 for 2, reach on an error and a strikeout.
2 on, nobody out for McCampbell. Early trouble for him. He's going to have to pitch out of the stretch here. First pitch, high, pop-up. Somewhat deep center field. Grant should be able to make the play. Routine, he catches it. Runner tags and heads to third.
But we talked about positioning early on. That time Chase Grant didn't get under the ball, had to drift back at the last second to reach high overhand to get that one, and that made Eric Underwood advance to third baseman with pretty much ease.
Yeah, good point. He may not have been able to advance to third, or at least there would have been a play if he had ran in on it like we talked about him doing earlier. You can't always make it happen that easily, but on a ball that's hit that high, a lot of times that is what you would want to do. Most important thing, though, is he did make the catch. Canopsis here, 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. McCampbell's going to look to do the same to him. First pitch in there for a strike.
Actually, I think this is would be a double play situation with, no offense, but the age of Canopsis. I'm not sure how fast his wheels are going these days, but you got to imagine he's a double play candidate if you're McCampbell. So strikeout would be maybe plan B, but your plan A would get 2 outs here, get out of the inning.
High fly ball left field, heading towards foul territory. Faccenda makes the catch, runner tagging, throw coming home. Oh, it got there, but Bacho wasn't quite able to catch it and make the tag in time. Heck of a throw from Faccenda, though.
Yeah, how about a first baseman that we've seen so many times show off his athleticism, show off his versatility in the outfield and left field? That was a strong throw. That throw beat him, but Bacho wasn't able to get that one off the short hop to kind of, I don't think he realized he caught it and could not make the tag.
Yeah, he did. He looked around like the ball wasn't in his glove when it actually was. So that'll bring up Errol Hollinger here, home run and a walk. First pitch he gets is low.
And so the back-to-back half innings of scoreless ball have ended. It is now 6-5.
Swing and a miss.
A long swing there from Errol Hollinger.
2 outs. 2 outs,
McCampbell checked the runner over at first and his 1-1 offering. Swung and a bounce to short. Backhanded by Webster. Throw over to first. He makes the play.
Smooth.
On our way to the bottom of the 4th now. Rock Hounds fall behind 6-5. Here at Solano, Rally Factory Rock Hounds on their way to the plate. They're back in the passenger seat, I guess you could say again, as they trail it 6-5. First time they trailed since the top of the 1st inning. It's going to be Pridy, Stover, and Fag, though. Best hitters for the Rock Hounds here. Good opportunity to try and get back into this one and take the lead. Pitch in there for a strike. Pridy with a 3-run shot to right. And a walk.
Yeah, it looked like that walk in the second at bat. Pitcher didn't want any part of him.
Swing and a little nubber foul.
So
ended up being a wise decision, actually. He walked the bases loaded, and then he did walk in a run with Stover, but then got the double play out of Fag. They didn't really have to face the best hitters from the Rock Hounds. They just kind of put them on and only ended up giving up a run because of it. 0-2 pitch. Inside for a ball. Definitely could have been a lot worse if either one of those guys got a hold of one.
And Kerr trying to go back to that inside pitch that's been frustrating the Rockhound hitters that's been called by the umpire.
0-2. Swinging a high fly ball to left. This is coming in and making the catch on the run is Underwood.
Yeah, it sounded like it jammed him. It didn't get the barrel on that one.
Yeah, well, it was another one of those inside pitches, and knowing that it was going to be called a strike with 2 strikes, Pridy had to swing at it. Got a little,
I think in
little
on the
too
bat,
much in front of it, yeah.
In front of it.
And yeah, definitely didn't barrel it up. Because he made solid contact as far as the swing goes.
It just didn't sound.
But
like
yeah,
the sweet
it didn't
spot,
sound good. First pitch to Stover is a ball outside, 1-0. Stover with a walk and a walk. Catch was his second walk, was an RBI walk. One 0. Outside again, 2-0.
So behind in the count to Stover. Don't want to give him a fastball here that he can take advantage of.
And there's a fastball. Just as you said, Stover just missed that one.
I mean, look what it did to our camera. That foul ball hit the cord that is to our center field camera.
Really unfortunate turn of events right there. 2-1 pitch. That misses 3-1.
So I think we'll have a little issue with Tyler Stover, have a word with him. Be like, hey, man, you're hitting the ball too hard.
That's expensive stuff right there. You break it, you buy it. Pitch misses, ball 4, and Stover walks again. I don't know. Coach Stover from the
press box.
Sees his son flip the bat after the walk and says, "You're not that good."
Hey, he doesn't have a bat today, so 0 for 0, 0 for 0. Not sure how you say that. 3 walks.
Fag with the pop out and a ground out, swings and misses at the first pitch. Struggling a little bit today. He'd like to make that 1 for 3 because even if you struggle for 2 at bats, 1 for 3 is still a .333 batting average. 0-1 pitch, swung on and popped up. This is going to stay in play. Caught over at first. That'll be the second out of the inning.
Yeah.
Fag 0 for 3.
I was about to, exactly what I was going to say. The DH 0 for 3. You definitely want your DH spot to be more productive than that, especially hitting behind Tyler Stover. Get him the protection he needs to get some good pitches to hit when he's up at bat.
Yeah, exactly. He's been walked 3 times, and all 3 times it just makes sense to keep walking him if you're not going to hit behind him. And you look at not just Fag, but Broadbent and Bacho also each hitless in this competition. So you look at the guys behind Stover as a combined 0 for 7, and it's like, well, why are we going to face him then? Swinging a bouncing ball to third, routine play. Throw over to second to get the easy out. That'll end the inning. We're on our way to the 5th inning now. Rally Factory Rock Hounds still trail 6-5.
Wyatt McCampbell, thanks for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Melanie Fuller with the Solano College Sports Network. The end of summer is right around the corner, which means that fall sports are about to begin. We will be covering football for Vacaville and Wilsey Wood High School. Vacaville is expected to have a better season this year, after losing to Wilsey Wood in the Black and Blue Bowl for the first time in 18 years. Wilsey Wood is coming off of their best season in school history. Right off the bat, Wood is facing Concord High School, who they lost to 55-16 last season. We will also be featuring the Lady Falcons volleyball and soccer teams. Mia Satterfield Pau, Esmeralda Cortez Serrano, Talia Glenn, and Terry Gutierrez will be returning to the 2016-2017 women's volleyball team. The women's soccer team has a whopping 17 returners. Be sure to check out all of our fall sports and past events on our Facebook page, our YouTube page, or Fairfield Cable Access Channel 28 if you live in the area. I'm Melanie Fuller, and thank you for supporting the Solano College Sports Network.
Top of the 5th inning here. This game slowed down considerably after the first 2 innings. It was 5-5, and now here we go to the 5th at 6-5. Both pitchers, I think, kind of settled down a little bit, and then they got some relief help. Well, at least Solanpa did. It'll be Brown, Kalengert, and Ford, bottom of the lineup for the Astros. First pitch, a strike from Wyatt McCampbell. Brown has a pair of walks. That pitch is also in there for a strike on the outside corner, 0-2.
Here's 7-8-9 with a fresh pitcher. And the other thing that we haven't mentioned is switching sides, for Solanpa being lefty to McCampbell being a righty. A lot more favorable matchup.
Fouled off 0-2. Yeah, you definitely have to make an adjustment when you get that switch mid-game.
And these next 2 batters, 7-8, we talked about how walking people are just going to backfire on you. Brown and Kalengert both with 2 walks apiece.
0-2 in the dirt, 1-2.
Yeah, with that kind of count leverage, 0-2. Not the worst pitch, trying to get Brown to chase something in the dirt, and you obviously trust Bacho to block something. So if he does swing, that he doesn't reach on the strikeout.
And that pitch is low.
Just nibbling on the outside corner. I would expect to maybe challenge him inside just based off of the umpire's strike zone that's been called.
2-2 pitch. Got him. Called strike 3. Outside corner. Jesse Brown has got beef with the home plate umpire.
Or you just got to paint the outside corner. That's all you got to do.
The outside corner has really been there all game long, too. It's been a little bit expanded. The outside corner has been more of like the height you would expect the strike zone to be, but a little more outside. And the inside corner, it hasn't necessarily been more inside, but it's been lower than you would expect. As there's a pitch in there swung on and missed by Kalingert. But this is what Solano should have done from the beginning with these bottom of the order hitters. I mean, they're at the bottom for a reason in most scenarios. You know, obviously Faccenda batting ninth is an exception, but you just got to attack them and got to make them prove to you that they can hit. None of these guys have hits at the bottom of the order here, but 4 of them have reached base.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah.
Pitch low for a ball.
And finally some activity for the Reno Astros. There's some long tossing going on in the bullpen area.
That pitch bounces in the dirt. Oh, no. Off the cable again.
That cable to center field has been there for 3+ years now for Solano. So a little touchy there. So hopefully no more foul balls back here.
3-1. High ball 4.
So Kalingert,
Third walk for Kalingert.
just like Tyler Stover, 3 walks and 3 at-bats. Only scored once, so that's something for the Rock Hounds.
That just means he's been really bored.
Hey, he has a whole nother game to potentially not be bored.
Ryan Ford struck out, popped out. Yeah, you know, the Astros really look like a pretty small team. Looks like these guys play just about every inning. Not a whole lot of subs over there. High fly ball left field. This is deep. Getting under it is Faccenda, and he will make the catch. 2 outs.
Yeah, I think the key word there is he got under it. That definitely had some pretty good distance, but just too high. The trajectory was just too high to get out of the stadium.
It was a very high pop-up. And he got, yeah, you're right, he got under it a little too much. If he had got that one a little more square, it could have been out. Would have been the 4th home run of the game. We've already seen 3. Here's Richard Kerr.
Would have been 3 from the Astros as well.
Pitch high for a ball, 1-0. Kerr 1 for 3 today, but made 3 outs because he was caught stealing. 1-0. High again.
No one's in the bullpen for the Rock Hounds, so McCampbell entrusted with this top of the 5th inning.
The long tossing going on for the Astros stopped pretty quickly. Pitch high again, 3-0. And the 3-0 pitch is ball 4.
It's definitely not what you want. 4-pitch walk. Pretty easy takes from Kerr. Didn't even take the bat off his shoulders. And so Eric Underwood, 2 for 3, 2 RBIs, now has 2 runners on.
7 walks now on the game for the Rock Hounds. They really got to limit those here if they want to move forward and keep themselves in the game. First pitch in there for a strike.
Left fielder, number 11, Eric Underwood.
The thing about double headers too, your pitchers have to be on point because your bullpen's going to be stretched thin as is.
Yeah, you don't want to use too many pitchers in a game like this. Oh, just missed. 1-1. McCampbell with a long look over at the home plate umpire.
Yeah. Why was that not a strike? Because it's been a strike the other 4 innings.
All game long.
Yeah. The only difference is that it's a left-handed batter now, and it's on the outside corner to a lefty instead of an inside corner to a righty. That's the only difference.
1-1. Yeah, I mean, your outside on lefties should be the same as your outside on righties.
Yeah,
the other side. And the outside on righties has been way outside, has been called a strike. And the outside on lefties has been different.
So we'll see how McCampbell adjusts to this shaky strike zone. 2-1.
High fly ball foul. McCampbell definitely got that one over the plate. 2-2.
Yeah, that's the issue. If you give too much of the plate to either Underwood brother, they've shown the ability to create damage with that. So the strike zone's definitely going to be important going forward in the rest of this game.
5 of the 7 hits between those two brothers for the Astros. 2-2. Way up there. 3-2. You can actually see the wind carry that one a little bit. It was supposed to be a breaking ball that almost floated for a second.
Yeah, we've experienced wind here with our tarp that keeps blowing away a little bit.
Big full count pitch here for McCampbell. 3-2. And it's foul or flied to left. Faccenda going back on it. He'll make the catch. And that'll end the inning. Line drive over to left. They threaten, but they do not score. We're on our way to the bottom of the 5th now. Rock Hounds still trailing by just 1.
Here in the bottom of the 5th, 7, 8, 9, Dawsen Bacho, Mitchell Rathburn, and Evan Faccenda look to try and set the table, try and get back in this ball game.
Leading out the bottom of the 5th for the Rock Hounds. Catcher number 14,
The bottom of the order for the
Dawsen
Rock
Bacho.
Hounds. And really, I mean, the Astros' bottom of the order has been good, too, in terms of getting on base. Even though they have no hits, they have 5 trips to the base pass. Bottom of the order for the Rock Hounds, though, has been solid. There's a swing and a line drive, base hit in the left, proving my point right there. Bacho is now 1 for 3. You got Rathburn at 1 for 1, plus a hit by pitch, and Faccenda at 2 for 2. Bottom of the order for the Rock Hounds has been just as solid as the top.
Baseman number 41, Mitchell Rathburn.
Yeah, almost has functioned as the bottom part of the order has been the 5, 6, 7 guys, where they only have 1 hit between the 5, 6, 7 guys, and the rest of the lineup has been doing most of the damage.
First pitch missing for a ball on Rathburn.
And that's all you really need in baseball is just for your lineup to have consistency somewhere. You need
pitch swinging a fly ball. Right field line, heading into foul territory. It's going to drop. One and one now on Rathburn.
So Kerr yet again has a leadoff guy on base 3 out of 5 innings. That's not a recipe for success if you're the Astro pitcher.
One pitch is high, 2-1.
In Rathburn's last at bat, he was down 0-2, worked a 2-2 count, then got hit by a pitch.
Swing and a miss. Nasty breaking ball inside on him.
Yeah, that was one of the best breaking balls we've seen from Kerr, and it just plays off of how well he's pitched inside to these right-handed hitters.
And the fastball way inside nearly hits him. It's going to be away from the catcher. Down to second goes Bacho.
I think I would score that a third pass ball for the catcher Hollister.
That was what I thought as well. You really got to, and I mean, especially you think he's an ex-pro, he would probably know this, but you really got to move your body with it. You don't ever want to reach with your glove, even if it's just kind of to the side of you, because if you don't catch it, it goes off your glove and goes behind you. You always got to move your body with the glove so that if your glove misses it, your body catches it. It's a nice catch and a walk. But yeah, anytime that your glove misses it, your body's going to be there to catch it if you move with it. Faccenda now is going to come up. 2 on, nobody out, and 2 doubles for him today as we have a pinch runner
Your attention,
heading
please.
over for Rathburn.
Pinch running for Mitchell Rathburn. Number 1, Matt Campos.
So Matt Campos enters the game now for Rathburn.
Obviously, we'll take his position as well in the field, second base. So our first appearance from Rathburn, pretty successful. 3 at-bats, 1 hit, 3 times reaching base.
Faccenda shows bunt, pulls it back. That's a ball outside.
Left fielder number 7, Evan Faccenda.
And so now I think this meeting is going to address that bunt attempt from Faccenda. Make sure your defense is all on the same page of, hey, if this goes down the third base line, do you want to try and get that lead runner trying to go to third base? They all have to be on good communication, the catcher, the pitcher, and the third baseman, to know exactly what they want to do. We'll see if Faccenda keeps this bunt on with a 1-0 pitch.
Shows the bunt, pulls it back, another ball. So yeah, Faccenda keeping the bunt on. 2-0. And you hear Coach Stover say, show the bunt earlier. It's not like we're trying to hide it. There's no secret here.
Yeah, he's not trying to drag bunt. This is a pure sacrifice situation with 2 runners on, no outs. So now the first baseman, third baseman creep in.
2-0 pitch bounces in. It's 3-0.
And that's got to be frustrating for Matt Campos. He was breaking all the way, but Dawsen Bacho didn't want to take that chance. Being a catcher, being the lead runner, it kind of clogs up the base paths. That could have been the 4th pass ball given to Hollister. Hollinger. He's not Hollister.
3-0 pitch. Swinging away now. This is a pitch in there for a strike. Faccenda says, the heck with the bunt. Let's get some RBIs.
Yeah, I got 2 extra bases, Coach.
Oh, back to the bunt. 3-1. And he pops it up. Drops. Just drops. Diving attempt there is not in time.
Yeah, that's a difficult play for the catcher to make, being in the crouch. And
you have to throw the mask off, which takes time.
Ideally, you would want that first baseman to have crept in close enough. I thought the first baseman could have potentially put that away, but it wasn't far enough for him to reach out. It was only the catcher's play to make, and he wasn't able to make it. So I think a lucky break for Faccenda. Now 3-2 strikes. The bunt shouldn't be on unless he's sure of himself.
And he strikes out, man. He had a 3-0 count.
Yeah, now just next man up mentality.
Center fielder number 2.
So here's Chase Grant now, a single and a pair of walks. Been on base every time.
Again, I think he's one of those stabilizing forces in a lineup for the Rally Factory Rock Hounds. Can do a little bit of everything.
And another pass ball.
So ultimately, runners at second and third. So the baseball gods looked down at Faccenda, have given him a little reprieve based off that pass ball.
May as well have dropped the bunt down
Yeah.
at that.
So now there's one out, runners at second and third, kind of the situation that Faccenda wanted. If you're Hollinger, you got to be frustrated with yourself. You just executed and got Faccenda out without advancing the runners.
And there's a foul tip to the glove
And then
for a strike.
because of your physical mistake, you let the runners advance. It's got to be a little deflating for the Astros.
He's made quite a few of those. Already 4 passed balls. Two and 1 now on Grant.
We've seen Grant lay off those outside pitches on this lefty-lefty matchup. Pretty disciplined hitter at the plate, the former Palomar player.
Time called.
Hey, you might want to head on the bus back to Reno since he's going to UNR, University of Nevada-Reno, for his 4-year. At least talk to them about Reno.
2-1 pitch low for a ball, 3-1.
So great hitters count here with 1 out. Look to barrel something and drive into the gap. Drive in 2.
3-1. just caught the corner. Full count.
And Grant has a little discussion, making sure he knows exactly where in the strike zone that came across. Nothing combative about that. Just need to be aware of your strike zone.
And the full count pitch misses ball 4. Third straight walk for Chase Grant this game.
So now 2 Rally Factory Rock Hounds have drawn 3 walks in this game, both Chase Grant and Tyler Stover.
Number 13, Garland Webster.
This is the 3rd time that we've seen a walk with 2 men on to load the bases. Once we saw a bases loaded walk as well. Lots of walks today. And Webster takes a ball outside.
Last time Webster was at the plate was bases loaded, and he was called out on a questionable inside pitch that Webster was not happy with. You got to believe he's not going to leave it in the hands of the umpire this time.
And that's the other thing. We've seen a lot of strikeouts to go with the walks as it's fouled off. We've seen 5 strikeouts for the Rock Hounds, 7 times the Astros have struck out. The Astros have drawn 7 walks, and the Rock Hounds have 9 walks and a hit by pitch. So 17 free passes and 12 strikeouts already. That pitch missed, apparently.
Hey, Webster will take it.
Bit of an inconsistent zone here, but 2-1 count. And that pitch hit him. Bases loaded. That's a free RBI. Tie game.
So kind of anticlimactic, but it gets the job done. You got a tie game, and manager comes out. There's been activity in the Astro bullpen. We'll see how long the umpire gives the manager to talk to his pitcher before he potentially makes a change.
So Canopsis basically doesn't get the same kind of rest that a usual designated hitter gets because he's only playing DH so he can go out there and coach them and then come up and take some swings.
Let me ask you something, Tristan. If you're a player manager, where in the batting order would you bat yourself?
4.
Always?
Every time.
Every single time?
Honestly, probably 1, just because I'm not really a power hitter. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not like selfish, but I'm not batting 9th. If I'm the manager, come on, guys. I'm batting 1.
With 1 out, that brings up third baseman number 11, Jack Pridy.
You don't believe in that second leadoff hitter if you were batting 9th?
No.
No?
Not for me. The Canopsis did bat himself 5th. And I mean, not to question it or anything, but he did strike out twice. Foul ball, hit by Pridy, so I think he thinks like I do.
Yeah. He also got a sac fly. Drove in a run. Drove in the game.
Basically just a fly out. Yeah. He was lucky. There was a guy on third. 0-1 pitch. High, 1-0-1.
Yeah, Pridy, 1 for 2. That 3-run home run also walked and flew out to left field his last at bat.
And the 1-1 pitch. In there for a strike. Inside corner 1-2.
So finally getting ahead of Jack Pridy. He's been falling behind him a lot in his previous at-bats. Now he has opportunities here to strike him out with 1 out, bases loaded.
And a solid shot to third. It's going to hit the third baseman. 2 runs are going to come around to score here. And the Rock Hounds take the lead. Tough to score that one.
I would call it a single just because if you watch tennis, something that they do with serves is they serve it to the body. And that's exactly what that hit by Jack Pridy was. It was a hit right to the body of the third baseman. He wasn't able to put a glove on it. It would have been a very difficult play for the third baseman to make. And he just hit it so solidly that I would score that definitely a 2 RBI single.
That pitch is low for a ball. Yeah, it's a tough play to make, but I mean, I have no problem giving that a single. The only thing I have a problem with there is 2 runs should not score on that play. You got to get your body in front of it and at least block it. You know, even if you don't make the play, at least knock it down and keep everyone station to station. Bouncer to short. This could be a double play. And the throw gets away at second. That's going to keep the bases loaded. So that right there definitely reaching on an error. A throwing error.
Yeah,
is short.
I was going to ask would it be the throwing error or the second baseman, but
Yeah, that's a throwing error over at short. Low throw. Not that it wasn't catchable.
and here now the DH Jed Fag has an opportunity to get his first hit with the bases loaded.
First pitch low.
And
Fag 0 for 3.
I'm a little surprised that Kerr has gotten so many opportunities after that meeting with his manager and a tie ball game.
They've had people in the bullpen for a while now. Pitch outside, yeah, good point. I really wonder why they haven't made a move yet.
They've lost their lead here in the bottom of the fifth, with the Rock Hounds now leading 8-6.
The thing you got to wonder about is I mentioned how shallow that bench is over there. They really don't seem like they have a whole lot of players. There's a line drive, left center field gap. That's going to knock in 1. That's going to knock in 2. That's going to knock in 3 potentially. And it will. 3-run bases clearing double. What a way to get on the board for Jed Fag.
And that's what you like to see for protection for Tyler Stover with the bases loaded. The DH Jed Fag comes through with a bases clearing double for 3 RBIs.
And as I was saying, as they're finally going to make the move here, there's not a whole lot of players on the Astros bench. I count about 4 or 5 minus the people in the bullpen. So you wonder how many pitchers they have. Considering the doubleheader, the reason that they kept him in this long, I think, is just because they really don't want to use a whole lot of other people, even though he just gave up 11 runs.
That's definitely a good point, Tristan. And at this point, it's going the way of the Rock Hounds like it did at the doubleheader of back in Reno, where it was a close game. The Astros were ahead in both games. The Rock Hounds came up to tie, and then eventually in the later innings they blew them out. And the first game wasn't exactly a blowout. It was just 3 runs, but they put up crooked numbers consistently. And here in the fifth, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 runs have scored. And the Astros are in a lot of trouble. Only 1 out in this inning as well. So they are guaranteed to bat around here with Kirby Broadbent coming up with only 1 out. The worst he can do is get out, and Dawsen Bacho will bat again.
Yeah, a whole lot of free passes today, too. I mean, just too many runners that are given an easy chance to get on base with walks and the hit by pitch. 2 of them with the bases loaded.
And so the new pitcher for the Astros is number 34, Kevin Hammond. Now, we got these rosters kind of late, so we don't know a ton about Hammond. So we will find out, just as you will, folks, about what kind of stuff Hammond has, and we'll see if the Rock Hounds can take advantage of it, just because there's still a runner in scoring position. They're not done scoring, folks, with Broadbent up, a power hitter, Jed Fag in scoring position. We'll see if Kevin Hammond can kind of slow the bleeding there.
So final stat line
Kevin Hammond.
on Kerr, he goes just 4 in the 3rd innings. He gives up 8 hits, 11 runs, 9 earned runs. There were 2 runs that scored due to error. 11 free passes, 9 walks, 2 hit by pitch, and 5 strikeouts.
And there's a runner responsible at second base, so maybe tack on 1 earned run should Kirby Broadbent score Jed Fag.
Broadbent reached on an error, struck out, grounded into a force out. He's looking to get on the board with his first hit. First pitch gets away already. And I mean, you see right off the bat, even though it was a little wild, Hammond throws a lot harder than Kerr did.
And you got to be aware, if you're Jed Fag standing at second, that the catcher has given up a lot of pass balls. So you got to be aggressive. You don't have to be too aggressive because it's a 5-run ball game, but you would like to see some aggressive base running.
Right. So yeah, I mean, Hammond's considerably, probably 5 to 10 miles an hour faster than Kerr was. But he's been errant through the first 2 pitches. He's going to have to get the pitches in there. 2-0 pitch, 3-0. Really not what you want to see when you come in for some relief. Instantly see guys start walking, which is what is in danger of happening right now. And it's ball 4. Gets away, not far enough to score the run or to advance the runner.
So yeah, a 4-pitch walk right out of the bullpen. It seems like his delivery, he kind of slings it at the end, and it's just really difficult to kind of pinpoint that kind of accuracy.
It's difficult, yeah. It's difficult to. It's also difficult to pick up as a hitter though, and looks a lot faster than it is. So if you can pinpoint that accuracy, you could really get some guys out. But he has not been able to do that so far. It's been straight fastballs too. We haven't seen anything other than fastballs.
So 2 base runners on for Dawsen Bacho.
There's his first breaking ball, and it's a good one. Not even a slow pitch. That was not a curveball. It was a slider that he throws a lot faster than any other type of breaking pitch typically. And right there, I mean, that was almost as fast as Kerr's fastball was. So a really good breaking ball right there for a strike. 0-1. That's a strike as well.
So 2 runners on. Jed Fag, Kirby, Broadbent. Bacho led off this inning and scored after singling.
Here's the 0-2 pitch. Just missed. 1 and 2. Definitely going over to the breaking ball a little bit more here with the struggles he's had with the fastball. It's been a ball all 5 times he's thrown it.
Yeah, he might have to pitch in reverse a little bit if he feels a little bit more control with the breaking ball, then kind of change things up with the speed of his fastball.
1-2. Comes back with the fastball, misses with it again. So it's 2-2 now on Bacho. Still looking to throw 1 fastball for a strike is Hammond.
Catcher calls time. And on deck is Matt Campos, who came in as a pinch runner. I don't know if he thought he would get an at-bat in this very same inning.
And that pitch misses again. Full count.
A good eye here from Bacho and good discipline, realizing that even though he fell behind 0-2, this pitcher has shown his inability to stay consistent in the strike zone, worked it from a 0-2 to 3-2 count, and now has count leverage.
And the full count pitch. Swing and a miss. He tried to climb the ladder a little bit there, and he strikes out.
So 3rd K for Dawsen Bacho. I'll bring up Matt Campos.
Baseman, number 1, Matt Campos,
who scored after Rathburn walked earlier in this inning.
Double hit by pitch and a walk for Rathburn, and then Campos came on as a pinch runner way back at the start of the inning in what seems like forever ago. Pitch misses outside. Still no strikes thrown from that fastball except for the last pitch to Bacho. He's like 1 for 8 right now.
Campos trying to take advantage of that. In the 24-8 game, he was one of our best buy players of the game, had 3 legs of the cycle.
Another pitch outside.
Just missing that elusive home run. He tripled to right center field gap. He doubled to the left center field gap, so has gap-to-gap powers for this second baseman.
Way up there. He swings and misses at that high fastball.
Yeah, and if you're in a 2-0 count leverage, you get a fastball, you feel like you can swing at anything, even though he's not been in the strike zone. Aggressive approach for Campos did not pay off that time.
Pitch low, ball 3.
And so this will be a similar situation with a 3-1 count to a 2-0. You're still ahead in the count. But now you have to be aware that you can walk and put Evan Faccenda back up at the plate with the bases loaded.
And now the 3-1 pitch. Just caught the outside corner, called strike. Full count on Campos.
Both base runners should be moving with 3-2, 2 outs. 6 runs have come across here in the bottom of the 5th.
And the 3-2 pitch, runners going, fouled off.
And here can be an exercise in testing your teammates' patience. You don't want to foul too many balls off if you're Campos.
They start to get exhausted. It almost eliminates the good that sending the runners does.
Especially with Broadbent and Faccenda not being your 2 fastest runners. So we'll do it all over again. Full count, 2 outs.
7th pitch of the at-bat coming now to Campos. 3-2. Swung on it, chopped. Right back to the mound. Hammond backs up on it and makes the easy play. That'll end the 5th inning. But the Rock Hounds bat around. 11 batters come up to the plate. They score 6 and take an 11-6 lead heading to the 6th.
Leading off the top of the 6th.
Top of the 6th inning here at Solano.
Scott Underwood.
Astros trail now 11-6. First time that they've trailed since they came up in the top of the 2nd inning to take back a 3-1 deficit and took their 5-3 lead. It's going to be Scott Underwood, Landreth, and Kemps. High fly ball to left. This is way back. That ball is out of here.
Yeah, right off the crack of the bat. That one looked identical to the one he hit in the 1st inning. So 2 solo home runs for the right fielder, Scott Underwood.
Scott Underwood showing off the power today. 2 homers, 2 singles. 3 runs batted in. It's 11-7 now, and that one was a no-doubter. Evan Faccenda turned around, took 1 step, and just sat there and watched it.
Yeah, and it's an impressive performance from the right fielder. It's the only thing that the Rock Hounds can really be thankful for is that it's been solo shots and nobody's been on base for him. Otherwise, he could be replicating Pridy's numbers with 5 RBIs or have just tie this ball game up potentially.
So here's Landreth, 0 for 3. Takes a pitch in there for a strike.
Really, the weak part of the lineup so far in this first of a doubleheader, first game, has been the 4-5.
Pitch in there for a strike. Yeah, 4, 5, and 9. Only players on the team that have not contributed and gotten on base for the Reno Astros.
Yeah, Landreth, he technically got on base because he reached on an error.
True.
But they are 0 for 5, the 4-5 hitters are. And if you add the 9 hitter, they're 0 for 8 with the sac fly and an RBI.
But the other thing, too, is that, I mean, really everyone has contributed, if you look at it that way, because Landreth did get on base, even though it was by an error. And even though Canopsis is 0 for 2, he has an RBI from the sacrifice fly. So really, Ford's the only one that didn't get on base or at least knock in a run.
So Landreth has been battling here with Wyatt McCampbell fouling pitches off. But McCampbell still has good count leverage ahead in the count 1 and 2. They just need to get a couple more balls after all the foul balls that's been put out of play from Landreth.
One and 2 now. McCampbell with the pitch. Fouled off.
The energy in Billy and Louise Yarborough Stadium is pretty calm after that home run from Underwood.
Yeah, there's been, I mean, it's not like a major crowd like some of the crowds we saw from Falcons games this season. You know, it's just summer ball, but there was some moments where the fans got a little excited when we saw the bases clearing double and some of the runs they scored in that last inning there. But yeah, you're right. Underwood's bomb to start off the inning, just kind of set the tone for this inning, and they've been pretty quiet here so far.
Don't look now. Landreth has worked a full count here, so McCampbell has to challenge here to the cleanup hitter.
And the 3-2 pitch, he squares up on a high pitch and drops it into center field for a base hit. Landreth climbed the ladder on that one.
Yeah, that was pure muscle. That wasn't anywhere near the barrel. He just kind of got it in on his hands and just fisted that into center field.
So the manager, Matt Canopsis, hitless so far, but he did drive in a run on a sacrifice fly the last time up. Struck out before that twice.
You know he's a tough guy, not wearing batting gloves.
Swinging a liner to left. That was a screamer off the bat.
I actually call that a grunter based off of the sound that Canopsis made as he made contact.
Made the Serena Williams grunt.
Yeah.
Off of that swing.
But hey, just when we talk about not being productive 4-5, after that home run, back-to-back batters reach base, and now
Ford, the only one without a trip to the base pass so far. So 8 out of 9 guys on the base pass by the 6th inning is pretty efficient.
And we've seen Hollinger, who's at the plate, hit a bomb to center field. So now he has 2 runners on here in this no-out situation.
Just tried to climb the ladder on that high fastball. The Astros really like the high fastballs.
Yeah, they're a very aggressive team, but we've seen how their aggressiveness translates into power, and they can put up runs with the best of them.
A 1 pitch, swing and a miss.
And here McCampbell is just toyed with Hollinger. That high fastball, that slow breaking ball, back-to-back pitches, gets a quick 0-2 count. Time is called. So Hollinger with a great opportunity here to put this game a lot closer.
0-2 pitch. I was about to say good block, but it actually got through.
Yeah, hit off of his left foot. It looked like it was good technique. It just managed to ricochet off of a piece of his equipment on his left shin.
Unfortunate turn of events there on the pass ball. Runners on 2nd and 3rd here. Still nobody out. 2-strike situation here. McCampbell's got to be thinking strikeout right now.
And kind of the same situation that Kerr was in for the Astros with this doubleheader coming up in only the 6th inning.
0-2 pitch, swing and a miss. He struck out Hollinger.
That was crucial.
Big first out for McCampbell.
Because I think McCampbell, this is going to be his inning. There's no activity in the Rock Hound bullpen, so he needed that strikeout. He got that strikeout, and here Jesse Brown now comes up with 2 runners in scoring position with 1 out.
And Brown struck out in an ugly at-bat his last time up, so McCampbell, again, you know what he's thinking right now.
Strikeout.
He's going to come straight at him. First pitch low for a ball. Pitch low again for a ball.
And we kind of learn things as we go along. As I was about to say, Brown is a switch hitter because he's now hitting from the left side. It's actually pinch hitter Lance Lazaransky.
Bouncing ball to short. Easy play for Webster. They'll concede the run to get the out.
Yeah, smart play from Webster. You're up by 4. Give up a run.
Brings up the first baseman, number 21, Andy Callinger.
So that'll bring up Andy Callinger. 11-8 now, 2 outs. McCampbell can get out of this inning with 2 runs worth of damage, which may not seem that great, but definitely good considering a 2nd and 3rd no-out situation because the first run came off of a home run. 0-1 now on Callinger. Walked all 3 times. 0-1. Swing and a bouncer right back up the middle, just past the pitcher. Picked up at second and thrown to first. Good play over there by Rathburn. That'll end the top of the 6th. We're on our way to the bottom of the 6th now. 11-8 Rock Hounds. Bottom of the 6th inning. Rock Hounds coming up.
Well, let's do that again.
And we're back, bottom of the 6th inning here for the Rally Factory Rock Hounds. Evan Faccenda is going to lead off the inning. He'll be followed by Grant and Webster as we turn the lineup over. Rock Hounds up 11-8 here, trying to improve off that 6-run 5th inning. Faccenda swings and misses at the first pitch. Heater up in the numbers. 0-1.
Did not take anything off of that swing. Want to join the home run party?
He's pulling no punches. 4 home runs today. 0-1 pitch. Checked his swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. 0-2.
Senda kind of shaking his head in disbelief. Can't believe he got called on that check swing.
So Hammond comes out actually throwing some strikes. 0-2, got him, strike 3, a 3-pitch strikeout for Hammond. Good job coming off of the struggles he had with command last inning.
Yeah, it definitely looks like a different pitcher in Hammond with that kind of velocity and control. A lot more dominant, and if you're the Astros, you gotta love that.
Notably, a difference between pitching out of the stretch and pitching out of the windup, though, is a lot more comfort when you start off the inning versus coming in a stress situation with runners on base. That pitch misses outside for a ball, and he did come into that with men on base, less than 2 outs, and a tough situation for him to come into. Grant with a single, 3 walks. Fouls that one back. 1-1.
Luckily that foul ball was away from our camera cords. I think we're safe.
I think that the Rock Hounds are officially trying to take us out today.
They're like, we only want 1 game. Just broadcast the 1.
1-1 pitch. Whoa. Breaking ball misses way out to the left. That one did not break the way he was expecting.
Yeah, that was definitely take 2, because take 1 was not too good.
Almost looked like he was attempting an ephus.
Yeah.
2-1, fastball swung on and missed. Grant can't keep up with it. It's 2-2. Seems like he took a little off the fastball. He's still throwing hard, but not throwing as hard as he was last inning because the control was so far off that oftentimes a manager will tell his pitcher to take a little off it just to make sure you can get it over the plate. If you're throwing it too hard to control it, what good does that do? 2-2 pitch. And it's in there, strike 3. Chase Grant goes fishing.
Yeah, there's definitely been an in-game adjustment here for Hammond because he, like you said, Tristan, is a lot more command of that fastball. And that was his big issue. He had his breaking ball well in command, but they couldn't respect his fastball. Now hitters have to respect that fastball, and they don't know what's coming. And so he's gotten the first 2 outs via the strikeout. Has struck out 3 out of his last 4, so he's definitely found his groove.
He got Chase to chase on one up high.
I will
that
grant
pitch is
you
outside.
that
So happy right now.
Yeah.
1-0 on Webster. Walk, grounded to a forced out. Strikeout, RBI on a hit by pitch So no actual hits, but he has an RBI and 2 trips to the base paths as that pitch misses for a ball. 2-0.
Yeah.
2-0 pitch, swing and a miss. Very late swing from Webster, 2-1.
And so the Rock Hounds also have activity in their bullpen. Jackson Genties.
2-1 pitch fouled off the mask of the catcher. 2-2.
It's actually not Jackson Genties in the bullpen. I'll figure out in a second who it is.
Two pitch. Checked his swing, full count.
It looks like Jed Fagg is actually in the bullpen, the DH.
Pulling in Andrew Romine.
Yeah. So we got a manager who's a DH, a DH who's a pitcher.
Pitch high, ball 4. Good at bat from Webster. We've seen several of those today.
Yeah,
he had a 7-pitch walk his first time up. Then we saw a 7-pitch hit by pitch. And now he works a walk on 6.
I was talking about it earlier. Webster is aggressive at times while swinging at the first pitch, but once if he lays off of it, he works counts pretty deep into 2-2s, 3-2s, and just there, again, we see his patience as a hitter. Really shown his growth as a shortstop.
So we got a man on base for clearly the player of the game to this point, Jack Pridy, with 5 runs batted in and a homer. 2 for 3 and a walk. Really having an outstanding performance so far. Runner on first for him. High pitch, snap throw to first. Not in time.
So falling behind, Pridy has a great hitters count here. Trying to get some 2-out rallying here for the Rally Factory Rock Hounds.
Two-0 pitch, high, 3-0 on Pridy. Really, they want no part of him right now.
Yeah.
Much like his second at bat. Of course, walking him brings up Stover. And he walked him. Oh! No. At the very bottom of the strike zone. The strike zone's at the knees, not the ankles. 3-1 now on Pridy. Wow.
Hey, maybe Pridy will make him pay here. 3-1. Should get a good fastball here.
He does, but he takes it inside, and he does get that walk after all.
And one interesting note is that because Jed Fagg is the DH, now he has to come in from the bullpen and stand in the batter's on deck circle. So now there's nobody. There's somebody stretching out there, but we'll see who exactly.
Look at that flexibility.
Yeah, if only we had a camera out there. Moment is gone.
Pitch missing for a ball to Stover. It's 1-0. Stover has been walked 3 times and reached on an error.
First and second. Runners on first and second.
1-0 pitch. In there for a strike, 1-1. Out of the stretch now, the 1-1. 2-1. Fakes the throw to second. Hammond does not throw it.
So Stover with an opportunity here to get back that run they lost in the last half of the inning. Ideally, you like to have the lead over 4 so that you can't be beat or tied with one swing of the bat.
And we've seen plenty of those one swing of the bat moments today already from the Astros, as there's a huge swing and a miss from Stover, 2-1. Or 2-2.
So Hammond here has a pitch to play with. Try to get Stover to chase.
Two pitch. Swing and a miss. Stover tried to climb the ladder. He strikes out and throws his bat in frustration. That'll end the 6th inning after 6 innings of play here at Solano. Rock Hounds on top, 11-8. Top of the 7th here at Solano. The Astros coming into the final third of this ball game in need of 3 runs.
We have a pinch hitter.
Ryan Ford is lifted from the game at 0 for 3. He had struck out, popped out, and flown out. Wyatt McCampbell still pitching for the for the Rock Hounds. I knew it was going to happen at some point today.
Hey, you got over halfway through the game. You got 2/3.
So close.
Unfortunately, folks, we do not have a number for this individual, number 99.
Here's first name, last name. Pitch high for a ball. The My Player mode on MLB The Show.
Yeah.
Created him. Played pro ball somewhere, though, so give him credit. High. Pop up. Out of play.
Yeah, J.J. Watt with a nice foul.
Yeah, skinny J.J. Watt.
We're just going to call them all the 99s that there are.
J.J. Watt Jr.
J.J. Jr.
Wayne Gretzky.
He's definitely not the great one. Sorry.
High foul ball.
Julia, follow the pitcher.
1-2.
I want to always be able to go to your camera and have someone in the shot. I just want to get the pictures made.
And that pitch is low for a ball. Not sure why I can't think of any other great players to wear 99.
Yeah, I definitely can't think of baseball players that were 99.
There was one guy on the Cardinals, but I can't remember his name. High swing and a miss on the fastball. He struck him out. So, back to the dugout goes Jason.
Brings up the center fielder. Number 7, Richard.
John Doe.
Yeah.
John Doe struck out. That'll bring up Kerr.
Yeah, Richard Kerr, who's starting center fielder. His brother Raymond didn't have the greatest time on the mound.
1 for 3 with a walk for Kerr. Pitch inside for a ball.
Kerr
2-0 pitch. Swinging a line drive left center field. This ball is deep. It's off the wall. Quick throw in, though, is going to hold him to a single.
Yeah, it didn't actually reach the wall. Evan Faccenda did a great job of cutting that ball off before it reached the wall, and with the speedy Kerr. Faccenda's done a great job in left field. We saw him almost throw out a runner as well, and he's managed to hold down left field with somewhat, I don't know the word for it, consistency, or he's just been solid out there.
Some skill or poise. Wow, where did that miss? Wyatt McCampbell really been struggling to find the strike zone here because it's just changing every batter.
And don't look now, both Underwoods are back-to-back. Eric at the plate, Scott on deck.
6-4-8, as that's fouled off by Eric.
They have 5 of the 8 RBIs as well.
Yeah, Eric's having a really good game, but, I mean, that's just It's being a little overshadowed by the game that Scott's having right now at 4 for 4 with 2 home runs and 3 runs batted in.
You'd like for Eric to get on base here. Scott maybe get his 3rd home run, tie this ball game up.
Pitch in there for a strike. Yeah, I mean, Eric's not having a bad game at all when you look at 2 for 4 with 2 runs batted in and an extra base hit, but really doesn't look quite as good when you stand that up next to Scott. Swing and a miss. Eric Underwood strikes out.
So good poise from Wyatt McCampbell after going into the stretch with that 1-out hit to strike out Underwood.
Scott Underwood.
And he has not been an easy out at all this game. So
Hasn't
you look at the
gotten
outs he did make. It was fly outs and line outs for, I'm talking about Eric.
Oh,
right.
right. Yeah.
Fly out and a line out. I mean, he was not an easy out. So to get him to strike out, that's impressive. But yeah, you look at Scott right now, and I mean, a little intimidating. You almost want to pitch around him. This pitch is in there for a ball. Gets away. Runner over to second.
And it was just a great secondary lead from Kerr. He anticipated the ball in the dirt. I think he kind of read the ball was going to be low. So as soon as Bacho didn't block that clean, he took off.
Yeah, you almost want to give him a stolen base on that one.
I would honestly give him the stolen base because I wouldn't give
that is
Bacho
what I wrote down.
I wouldn't give Bacho a pass ball on that. That was definitely more on the base runner.
Swing and a miss. Underwood looked a little foolish on that one, considering some of the swings he's put in today. 1-1 now.
Maybe that's just to throw him off. You're like, oh, I can't time you.
Well,
even though you just took him deep in the last inning.
You need 3 strikes to get him. So, still got to be careful here. 1-1. Ooh, got him again.
Yeah,
1-2 now.
Right on that though. Just kind of, I think he foul tipped that a little bit too. So just kind of getting his timing. But hopefully McCampbell, if you're a Rock Hounds fan, can strike out both Underwood brothers and get out of this inning.
That would be quite the feat. He did it. Struck out the side. Wyatt McCampbell gets the 2 best hitters in the game from the Astros, Underwood and Underwood back to back. Ends the 7th inning. It's 7th inning stretch time here at Solano. Rock Hounds still lead at 11-8. Okay, we're back, and we didn't know this ahead of time, but when we play double headers here at Solano, it's 2 7-inning games, not the full 9 innings. So the game is over. Rock Hounds win it 11-8. Wyatt McCampbell comes in and gets the save. Jack Pridy had an outstanding ball game. Let's just talk about a couple of the guys that had great ball games here today. Chase Grant, single, 3 walks. Garland Webster reached base 3 times, even though he had no hits, but Jack Pridy at the number 3 spot was really a big key for the Falcons today, knocking in 5 runs.
Yeah, that 3-run home run right off the top after Kellen Salampa given up a 1 run in the top of the first. Pridy comes up with a 3-run home run, and you expect big things from the Rock Hound lineup, and they did not let up. In only 6 innings of batting with the 7-inning game, 11 runs, and that just shows the up and down consistency from all of the guys, really. All of them had really good games. I think it was just a great team effort, and that's why the Rock Hounds are victorious here in Game 1.
And you got to really give some credit to Wyatt McCampbell, because he came in, and even though he did give up 3 runs, he gave the Rock Hounds exactly what they needed, which was 4 innings of quality relief pitching to save the bullpen from having to use anyone else. and he kept the lead the whole time there, came in for Kellen Solanpa. And obviously on the other side, the two Underwood brothers, even though they struck out back-to-back to end the game, still ridiculous games from them, combining to be 5 for 10. So now we're going to send it down to Melanie Fuller with our Best Buy player of the game.
Hey guys, Melanie Fuller here with your Best Buy player of the game, Jack Pridy. Jack, during your first at-bat, you actually got a home run. How is it to be able to come up with that much success early on?
You just kind of have to see the pitch and jump on it when you get the opportunity to. So in the end, it all works out, especially when the wind's blowing like this. So the ball just goes up there and it carries.
And you went 2 for 3 today with 5 RBIs. How is it to be able to come up clutch in those situations?
Like with the home run, you just have to wait for your pitch, and when you get it, you have to take advantage of the opportunity.
And you've had so much success. Last spring, you were one of the best freshmen. This summer, you're doing amazing. How do you feel like this is going to help you with next spring?
I hope just to keep the momentum going and carry it into the fall, and then once fall's over, keep going into the spring and keep working and doing what I need to do to keep things going, doing things that need to happen for success.
Well, thank you, Jack. The Rock Hounds went 11-8 today, got up early on top, fell down, and were able to come up with the success. On behalf of Jack Pridy, I'm Melanie Fuller, and thank you for supporting the Solano College Sports Network. We'll see you in a bit.